Needless Things Podcast. Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest episode of the Needless Things Podcast, where we talk about toys, movies, music, and all manner of pop culture dorkery. I'm your host, Dave, and last night, the Needless Things Irregulars had a blast hanging out at our pal Arian's place in the negative zone, talking about all kinds of pop culture stuff, tons of stuff from 2018, a little bit about 2019, and we ranged far and wide across the pop culture landscape. This is a truly epic episode of the Needless Things Podcast, one that we had a whole lot of fun recording, one that you guys are going to have a whole lot of fun listening to. So I am not going to do my normal long intro, one, because I don't have a whole lot to talk about, and two, because this is a big, big episode that I want to go ahead and get to. So real quick, one of the things that we forgot to talk about is an Instagram account called Mr. Bubs. That's Bubs with a Z. It's all one word, MisterBubz. It is a dog seemingly sent straight from hell who is destined to enslave and rule all of humanity. So get on Instagram right now and follow at Mr. Bubs. I guarantee you will be thoroughly entertained. It is definitely one of Arian's favorite things from last year, and I'm happy every time I see it. So that is one thing we forgot to mention because we talked about so much other stuff. And another thing that I didn't forget to mention, but that I want to be sure that you guys hear about, is Troublemaker, a film by Jason C. Wilson. It is the documentary that I've talked about a few times in the past couple of years. It was being filmed during 2017. There's a little bit left to be done, but it is very close to being a fully realized project. I'm very excited about it. Jason is very excited about it. You can go watch the trailer on YouTube now if you look up Troublemaker Film from Duck's Paw Productions. And you can also go and find the Troublemaker Movie Facebook page. Please go check that out. Give it a like. Follow along for updates and whatever else. Share it. And that's kind of the biggest thing, is share it. Because we are, right now it's still early. We don't have a finished product yet, but it's important to get the word out, to get people caught up in it, because we're hoping to do a lot of fun stuff with this movie. And as we all know, the only way to make that kind of thing happen is word of mouth. And as much as I hate it, social media support and promotion and follow through. So the biggest and best thing you could possibly do for your old pal Dave and for needlessthingspodcast.com is get on Facebook, find Troublemaker the movie, follow along, share it, tell all your friends about it, share that trailer from YouTube, and make sure we get as many eyes on this thing as we possibly can. If I have ever entertained you in any way, I know there are 6 of you out there who actually contributed money, and I appreciate that. But there are a whole lot more who could be super valuable and important and share this thing that we worked on so hard for a year. Well, more than a year, really, when you get down to it. But it's something that I have lots of big dreams about, and you guys can help make it happen. So anyway, there you go. Troublemaker the movie coming soonish, and the 2018 best of from the Needless Things Irregulars coming right now. So we're here for a little change of scenery. This live gathering, we're in the negative zone instead of the phantom zone.
It's very true. We're in my dungeon.
Well, and not only that, your building is labeled with an N for negative zone.
That's true.
I didn't plan it out that way, but that's how it happened.
And what I wanted to do was make sure everybody had their phone silenced.
Beth.
It's not my fault.
It's okay. Usually I'm the one that
What a
is the
typical
problem.
Slytherin.
Yeah, causing problems. You know what you need? What does she need, Sean?
She needs a cunning candle from themeparkalchemy.com.
That's a delicate mouthful, isn't it?
It really is.
Hey-o.
Cunning is the scent inspired by the Slytherin.
No tea in there.
Yeah.
Do you know what your cunning daughter did?
Yeah.
That'll be Theme Park Alchemy After Dark.
We've already had a few people like pitching like sex candles and stuff. I'm like,
Probably.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you can melt
50
them
Shades of Grey.
Yeah,
it's
drop
not
them on the nipples.
We're not after. Yeah.
No, you gotta expand your market, man.
I don't want a candle that smells like
50
sex.
Shades of Gryffindor.
DildoAlchemy.com.
So as the listeners can probably tell at this point, we've got the commentary team, we've got our head writer Beth, we've got a big crowd here, and we're going to talk about our favorite stuff from 2018. And my original plan was we would just all talk about the coolest stuff that happened, but that's like a pretty broad thing. So I wrote down movie, TV, one personal favorite, one bad, because we all like to talk about bad stuff from time to time, and then something we're looking forward to in 2019. And that way, it'll keep us kind of on track, but probably not really.
Not. But hey, we'll see what happens.
So, sitting here in the negative zone, thank you, Arian, for hosting.
Sure.
Beth is here.
Hello.
Rad Ranger.
Hello.
Ryan Cadaver.
What's up?
And our old pal Battle Cougar.
Hello.
And
Moxie. And
Moxie is here,
is our
the
special
most
guest.
adorable little lap loaf you've ever seen.
Aww.
And I even kind of like your cat.
Yeah, she's hiding.
A little bit.
She's hiding under
Never
the.
heard that from you before.
I'm not saying I wouldn't want to tie a bunch of tin cans to her tail and make her run around.
I've heard that story. It's a pretty good one.
That poor cat died young because of you.
Probably. I'm sorry. So we're going to start off with everybody's favorite movie of 2018, and I'm going to go ahead and kick it off because I think there's probably going to be some agreement over my choice, which is kind of unusual. But my favorite movie last year, and honestly, I'll need to see it one or two more times to know this for sure, but possibly like the last decade, was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Blew me away. I've never seen anything like it in the theater or out. As a matter of fact, in a weird comparison, the closest thing to it for me was probably Mandy, because they were both so far outside of what you typically see in a movie that they provided similar experiences in completely different ways, and Nicolas Cage was in both of them.
True. Very true.
But it's definitely the most striking movie I've ever seen. It's one of the bravest things I've ever seen done. I can't believe it came from Sony. I can't believe it came from Hollywood. The idea that the people that made this movie were allowed to be so creative, and within being so creative and so different in the story they presented, they were also so true to, I've never been to New York, but we've all grown up with this fantasy fairy tale of New York.
I have been to New York, and I went when I was 18 for Model UN in my senior year of high school, because I was that nerd.
That's fucking awesome.
I was that nerd. So, but and that was like 96-ish. So that was like right around the time that like Biggie was huge.
Well, and
it was right after like New York City had Giuliani had cleaned it up, and it was no longer dangerous and fun anymore.
I like that you said Big E was huge, because we're so used to Big E from New Day.
Yeah. Freudian slip. I meant, of course, the notorious B.I.G.
Exactly.
But
in the fact that they played a Biggie song.
Puffy's meal ticket, if you will.
When the movie goes through Brooklyn, they play a Biggie song.
that was, I guess I put it to one of my friends, and that's my pick for, I have kind of a push. That's also my pick for my favorite movie of the year.
Which you and I rarely... Like, we often see each other's viewpoints, but we
don't
rarely
always
straight up agree like that.
Right. And, like, my thing, like, I didn't know a whole lot going into that movie what it was going to be about. Like, I knew it was going to be a Miles Morales movie. Mm-hmm. And like, I knew there were other Spider-Men. Like, I had, like, a general outline, but I didn't know specifics. And usually when I go in to see a movie, I'm that asshole that, like, sits down and reads articles and reviews before I go in, and like I just don't care. And like, and mostly I see comic book movies where I'm like really familiar with the source material these days. But like I didn't really read a lot of the Miles Morales or any of the Miles Morales Spider-Man books, so like I had no idea going in what it was going to be mostly about, and I was blown away. Like, it was really fucking great. That's also my pick.
Well, I think regardless, though, of how much you love Miles or Spider-Man, I think it's just a really good fucking movie.
Yeah. And like the way that the animation's done is really compelling and really fun to watch.
Each character each of the Spider characters having their own
identity and style.
It was such a brave decision.
Super cool.
Kingpin, very much the Bill Sienkiewicz design, and also a lot of the visuals taken straight from Bill Sienkiewicz artwork, which is crazy because that stuff's from the 80s. But they updated everything in the movie to feel so modern.
Somebody, like either Lord and Miller or whoever the director was, somebody had to like write a bunch of Sienkiewicz stuff. Yeah, for sure. But like that's my favorite movie. But at the same time, like I also want to like give a nod to Infinity War, just because in a lot of ways it's like the culmination of like the 18 or whatever movies.
It's an insane accomplishment. It's the result of a decade of movies,
right? And like it's just a really also like they could have just made it about the Avengers, but the fact that they really more made it about like Thanos' journey and casting almost him as the hero, and it's his journey that he's going on is like an interesting choice, The original Infinity Gauntlet miniseries is like one of my favorite Marvel books.
So. Well, before we get too deep into Infinity War, which I'm sure everybody saw, did anybody else see Into the Spider-Verse?
I haven't seen it yet.
No.
Oh my gosh, you guys let me down so much. I'm disappointed.
Like, I only saw 8 movies in the theater last year, and that was one of them. Granted, like
quarter of the year.
Yeah,
I didn't see Aquaman.
I agree with that.
So
I didn't see Aquaman at all because
I loved Aquaman. But I have no problem saying you should see Into the Spider-Verse before you see Aquaman. I have no problem saying that.
I'd say that, but I also don't like fish, so. I eat salmon because it's healthy. That's my relationship.
I don't like salmon.
See, I don't really base my movie choices, though, on what I like to eat.
Well, that's where I'm weird.
I do sometimes.
That's why
I love Cheetos. I want to watch a movie about Cheetos.
Their chicken fingers are
that's
really
why I'm
good
single, Nicole, because I'm that weird.
So, we've got two totally in agreement on Into the Spider-Verse, and I think everybody can agree that Infinity War deserves a big nod.
It was the only superhero movie this year that made me like full-on man cry. Like I was like, oh my god.
Oh, it destroyed me.
Spider-Verse made me cry more than Infinity War.
Really?
Yeah, there's one there are a couple moments in it where like you really. Yeah.
You felt things?
Yeah.
And for Arian to say that.
Yeah, he's like, do you remember feelings?
He's like literally a human piece of sandpaper.
Yeah. It's true.
Infinity War, I was ugly crying intensely. Well, I mean, like, both, and I think didn't we see it twice?
Yeah, and right before there's a few Marvel movies she hadn't seen yet, so like we like caught up on it. So we were like super fresh.
It was really like
we're like
the wounds were raw.
We're like really attached to all of these characters.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I hadn't seen like the last 2 Iron Man movies and like the the middle Thor movie and like one other, like the Hulk movie. So I watched all of those like right before Infinity, like in between Black Panther and Infinity War. So like everything was very fresh in my head. And like I rewatched Civil War because that's one of my favorites.
We'll be doing a MCU episode before Endgame comes out. Okay. So it'll be interesting to run down all those movies and see what everybody thinks. But Nicole, what was your favorite movie last year?
My favorite movie was Mandy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Absolutely loved Mandy so much. I actually saw it for the first time at your house.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I had seen the trailer, and I very much went into it being like, this is either going to be fucking amazing, or it's going to be like a hot, insane mess. Because it's really hard to tell from the trailer.
And it turns out it's both.
But it's the best kind of mess.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's an entertaining mess.
It seems like the script was just like, there's a girl, some stuff happens to her, and then Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage, and like that's the whole script.
Nicolas Cage goes crazy nuts.
He was so very, very incredibly good at being Nicolas Cage in that movie.
And the
He was
cult
less
leader.
bonkers. He was less bonkers than like in Mom and Dad, which I also saw this year. He was way more bonkers than that. This was like actual acting.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, honestly, for Maximum Cage, A Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans, to me, that's maximum Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I actually haven't seen that.
Mandy.
Oh, that's like, it's a terrible movie that I love so much.
I love Bad Lieutenant, like, so much.
No,
this isn't really related to that at all.
No?
But it's Nicolas Cage just
going like bug shit crazy.
Yeah.
But even beyond Nicolas Cage being fucking wonderful.
Well, he's the least interesting thing in the movie.
Yeah, like everything.
The cult is like super weird.
Yeah, the guy that plays the cult leader, and off the top of my head I can't remember his name right now, but
he's incredible.
He is phenomenal.
Dongus Masterson.
Like,
I believe you.
I know. I just assume you must be correct.
The writing
Sounds right.
is so good.
The Dongus wasn't that masterful.
Like, you know, you're watching, you know, him do his crazy cult leader thing, and then, you know, he gets to the point where he's got her drugged, and he is in the bathrobe, and he starts playing his shitty-ass album for her.
And she, like, laughs.
And he's just looking at her, and he's waiting for her to be like, this is the greatest music I've ever heard. You're a fucking genius. You're this, you're that. Like, he fully feels like that's the experience that everybody's going to get because his ego is so insane.
That's how I show off my albums. I just
of course. Like, he actually, he makes me listen to his music while standing nude in front of me all the time. But yeah, like, you know, and he's got this weird hold on these other people who have fed and grown his ego, like, to the point of the fact that he thinks this is the way other people who he has kidnapped are going to react. Like, she's going to be like, thanks for kidnapping me. You've changed my life. Your music is fucking amazing.
It's very
interesting. That's what he's expecting to happen. And he sells it. He's so fucking good.
This didn't occur to me until just now, but you describing this guy in this way, he's very Trumpy.
Oh yeah. Everyone's
surrounded by all of these people,
like sycophants,
who are just
like, oh, you're the best.
He only allows himself to be surrounded by yes men,
right?
Which is so awesome. And I also love, like, there's that whole, I love everything about this movie, and so I'm totally jumping around, but like that whole part where you're like, is this supernatural or is this reality? Like when they go out there and they call the
crazy
BSM
four-wheelers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Cenobite four-wheelers.
They call them on like a fucking seashell, and like they come over the hill on a four-wheeler, and it's
so good.
So, and you're like, are they demons? Like it took
the movie's
like 2
constantly
watchings for me to be like,
the crazy.
Yeah. And like the interstitial weird ass anime. Like,
Which I love that the beginning, you know, and just to be like a little bit like girly, whatever, but the beginning is like so beautiful and like it's so colorful and soft because they're so in love with each other, you know, and all of their interactions are just like very like pure, and then the moment shit goes bad, the entire look, the cinematography, and everything changes. And also, it becomes crisp and real and dark and dirty.
Also,
And-
shout out to Cheddar Goblin.
Yes.
Yeah. Cheddar Goblin
is
designed
amazing.
by our friend
Shane
Shane Morton.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Right.
They had one of the Cheddar Goblins we saw it at the Plaza, and they brought, Shane was there, and they brought one of them to the Plaza.
Well, and he made, what did he make, Christmas ornaments or something? He made Cheddar Goblin, like, Christmas ornaments.
Given
Yeah,
the big deal
Professor
they
Morse,
made
yeah.
out of it, I thought it was going to be a much larger part of the movie, so I was a little disappointed to be like, what, that was it? I thought this was like some big deal.
But at the same time, it was so
That's all it
funny
needs to
because
be.
it was, like, if it had been a bigger part, it would have almost been like, that's too much of that.
Yeah.
It would have
But
been.
it was just this great little...
Like,
juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Like, this is the
transitional
world.
piece. Yeah.
But I mean, I loved it so much. We loved it so much that we did it for Halloween.
Yeah, and
You know,
we've probably watched it 4 times or something.
Yes.
Like, it's been a lot.
And like we literally went out for Halloween. Neither one of us wearing pants.
It's one of the
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it was pretty amazing.
That's how you know it's a
movie-
good Halloween.
Yeah,
That movie
I
is
didn't wear pants.
very supportive of hashtag no pants.
Yeah.
I didn't see it until a couple weeks ago, and I messaged you guys when I saw it
Yeah.
because I was like, oh my god, now I finally get the fucking Halloween costume.
Yeah.
And they're brilliant.
And my Halloween costume was great until I had to get gas on the way to where we were going.
Oh, you didn't bring pants with you? You committed.
I did not have pants with me. I had them with me in the car, but I
Remus-
didn't have them on.
She didn't change.
Like a long coat.
You know, I'm well aware
So I walked into
that
the
you
gas
have,
station.
that you own easy to pull on workout pants because of the time that Ryan was wearing them at Dragon Con.
Oh yeah,
Well, in truth be
that was my
known,
Green Lantern costume. Okay,
No, it definitely wasn't. It was my I forgot my pants
That's what
costume.
it was.
and I did publicly shame him for wearing ladies' pants
Oh, we all
at
did.
Dragon Con. But yeah, like
Even though you couldn't tell. It like literally didn't even matter.
And let's be
They're
honest, if
workout
you're
pants.
gonna pick a time to wear ladies' pants,
Dragon Con's
Dragon
the
Con is
place.
that
No, I
Yeah.
left my actual glasses and my actual jeans in your room, and I was stuck with lady workout pants and sunglasses.
And because you didn't have your glasses, you couldn't even tell they were lady pants.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fine.
and you
No, I
didn't
can
see us
tell.
mocking you, so it was totally all right.
My groin area.
These
you could
pants
tell.
were not designed for men's parts. All right, we got to keep going. But everybody saw Mandy. Everybody agrees
Yeah.
Mandy is
Yeah,
absolutely incredible. Ryan, your temptation for sure has got to be to just say Mandy.
I mean, it is, and but me and Nicole decided today we're not going to have the same answers because we both were like Mandy, and I was like, no, because there's a few things here where we're going to say the same thing, so it's going to be a boring ass podcast if we do that. So I'm going to follow my heart and go with The Predator.
Nice. Okay.
I absolutely love this movie. I haven't yelled at the screen so much in my life at a movie theater. Like, I was like, oh my god, did they really just do this? Fuck yes. Like, I was so hyped. And you know from talking to me, Dave, that when the trailer came out, I was very much one of the people that was like, fuck this movie.
I was surprised by how against that movie you seem to be.
I hated the trailer. I was like, oh my god, they're turning this like Stranger Things kind of like vibe, and like they're really trying to play up the whole like kid interacting with the Predator.
And I'll admit, I was concerned about that.
Yeah, but
that's
that's not-
a Shane Black movie.
Yeah, but it's not really how it went down. Like the way they handled it was great. It was also just unforgiving. There were so many jokes in that movie that I'm like, I cannot believe this is a joke in a movie in 2018, but I love it because it's just very unforgiving and just ridiculous. It was like a really badass 90s action movie. Like the best 90s action movie you saw, but with Predator in it.
And the humor was very, it harkened back to that dude humor, that Jesse Ventura in the original Predator.
For sure.
Saying,
I'm
you
a
know,
goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
well, that, but the...
That's just Jesse Ventura.
Him exactly.
I ain't
And
got
then
time
it was
to bleed.
I think it was actually Shane Black's character that told the joke about, is there an echo in here?
Yeah.
Like that. Like it was all that kind of stuff, which is, you know, in 2019, which we're in now. You know,
In the year
dudes are always going to be
3000.
dudes,
Yeah.
and crude guy humor will always be a thing, and that's what a lot of this was. And it's not. The intention is a release.
Yeah.
It's not in any way about disrespect
No.
or about anything else. It's just that base instinct to be as disgusting as we can possibly be.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, earlier this is a little off track, but earlier I got here way early. Thanks for allowing me to come in, Arian. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I took the dog out to pee, and I was like, "Is that Dave parking?" That is Dave parking. And it's like, hold on, if you come over, she's not going to pee.
Yeah, I kept my distance because I didn't want to disrupt what needed to happen.
The pee flow.
But we sat down and watched some humor from the excellent Ari Shaffir, who, if you know, is a very clean comic who's generally aimed towards families, I think. Lots of definitely clean stuff. But anyway, he's talking about slapping his buddy in the face with a used condom. And it's that kind of, like, that is the apex of humor.
Yeah.
It's that crude, nasty. It's not about, like, offending people. It's about just getting it out there. And Predator was all getting it out.
It was just that and a lot of blood, and I don't know, I just enjoyed it. It just hit me at the right moment, and I was just like, I haven't seen a movie like this in a long time, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop talking about it after, and it's a Halloween movie.
Yes.
So I love that. It takes place
Halloween.
On Halloween, yeah, and the kid, I don't usually like kids in movies. It sounds horrible, but a lot of times I'm like,
you're right.
You know, a lot of times I'm like there's several movies where I'm like, if that kid wasn't in it, I would have liked this movie. That kid was annoying as fuck. No, Kid in Predator was great.
Let me ask you this, though.
Uh-huh.
I've noticed something in the past few years is that kids are less annoying than they used to be.
Yes.
And this is not any kind of relation to, like, the fact that I have a kid.
No, you're right. Like, I feel like the style
in movies and on TV, like Stranger Things, if Stranger Things had come out when we were kids,
it would have been awful.
It would have been insufferable.
Yeah.
It would have been the Goonies.
Kids, kids now.
You don't like
movies,
the Goonies? Come on.
I don't. Kids now in movies and TV are like really good.
Yeah, really talented.
Like, what the fuck is going on? Because when I was a kid, as soon as a kid showed up in something, it was like, fuck this. I'm done.
Right.
They're annoying, they're whiny, and I don't know if it's, you know what, part of it may be that people our age are making these things now, and like, nobody wants to see, nobody looks at the whiny, annoying kid as the viewpoint character.
Right.
Because that was the idea in the 80s.
Like, nobody wants to make another fucking Mac and Me.
No, somebody does. Some sick fuck out there in the world wants to make another Mac and Me.
There's a Kickstarter somewhere.
Sure,
and
all right.
That's awful.
So I'm totally in agreement. Predator was badass. I fucking loved it.
I still haven't seen it. I'm lazy.
It's so much fun.
Super fun.
It's just
Great
fun.
score.
It's fun.
I'm not saying it's the best movie
Don't
here.
look
I'm
for a
saying
love story.
it's my favorite.
Well, and
it
that's
does
what
not
we
mean
do.
it's the best.
That's what we do here. We're not sitting down and having an intellectual, like, film school conversation about, like, well, I really felt that the shot they used. We don't do that.
No,
we're talking about our favorite stuff.
It probably has horrible reviews, but like
It definitely has horrible reviews.
I don't even look at it anymore. But like, I just had a great fucking time watching it. So that's my favorite.
Rad Ranger.
So I'm going to sneak in an honorable mention first and say that Anna and the Apocalypse totally caught me out of left field.
I want to see that.
I had heard about it, and I was like, we'll go see it. It's a Christmas movie, so we went and saw it, and I fucking loved it. It's Shaun of the Dead and High School Musical thrown in a blender. It's great. So, and I really don't want to spoil anything other than to say, like, if you make it through the first 30 minutes and pay attention to the dark humor that starts to creep in, and if you don't hate musicals, you'll fucking love this movie. So that's my honorable
Tall
mention.
ass because I hate musicals.
Yeah, I don't like musicals.
If you don't like musicals, then don't watch it because you won't get it.
I can't make a blanket statement either way. I like musicals
on what it is.
if they do whatever it is musicals need to do to make me like them.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is.
I was a theater kid and a dancer, so musicals are
sure.
my thing.
Yeah.
But my favorite, and I can't argue that it's the best movie, it's the best of this franchise, but my favorite, and this is probably a little bit of bias because I just saw it not that long ago, was Bumblebee.
Nice.
Oh, dude. Solid.
Oh my god. Like, seeing G1 Optimus Prime on a big fucking movie screen, I was like, I sat there with my mouth, like my jaw on the floor during the first 20 minutes of that movie.
And you saw the trailer, and
Yeah.
you're like, wow, it looks like they might have some decent fan service in
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
This one might be okay. But then you see the movie,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh fuck, this is actually a great movie.
Yeah, like I'm enjoying this movie. I'm getting interested in these characters.
Right.
I don't hate the Bumblebee can't talk.
Because there's a reason. They explain it. They
Yes.
make it a thing. It's a plot point. It's not just a bullshitty, like, it'll be cool if he uses samples from television shows to talk.
Right.
Which is the original
Because
thought
Michael
for
Bay
that.
clearly hates the Transformers. But yeah, no, I loved it.
Michael Bay just hates people, and he wants us all to suffer as much as we possibly can.
Yeah,
Although
while giving him tons of money.
I will always still thank him for The Rock, which is the best thing he's ever done.
And Bad Boys. I like Bad Boys.
Bad Boys is also good.
So,
I like Painting Game was pretty good.
Painting Game's actually really fun.
Never seen that?
It's good. It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
Probably nothing like it actually happened.
Nothing.
But it's pretty good.
Probably not that far removed. The true story is actually
It's pretty messed up.
layers of absurd.
Yeah.
So, but no, Bumblebee. Watching it, I think I teared up 2 or 3 times because I was like, this is the movie that I wanted to see as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I love the animated one. The animated one was amazing. I definitely cried when Optimus Prime died.
touch.
Oh my God.
You got the power.
Makes an appearance. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, makes an appearance in the movie at the best fucking
Fuck
time.
yes, it does.
And I was like, yes! I was the only person in the theater that fucking lost his mind when that came on.
Because you're probably the oldest person in the theater.
This is true, yeah. We went, Jen and I went out to the middle of nowhere. We went out to where I used to live, and I was like, man, everything is sold out, or it's too packed, or it's too crowded, and I don't feel like dealing with crowds, but I really want to see Bumblebee. Let's go to Bethlehem. So we went out to Bethlehem, and it was not a packed theater, which was great, and we're not a lot of people around us, because I was like, I'm punching Jen in the arm, and I'm like, honey, that's Optimus Prime. This is the voice of my childhood. I like to say that, Peter Cullen was my dad. Not really, but Optimus Prime was a better father figure at times.
Sure.
And you see him, and he's gigantic, and then real fucking sound wave, shooting fucking tapes out of his chest.
Well, I know.
I lost my shit.
Childhood-wise, we had different experiences.
Yeah.
Like, we had shitty dads in different ways.
Yeah.
And I say shitty dad. I look back now and I get it.
They did the best they
get
could.
what my dad was doing.
With the tools
I
that
have,
they had.
as I've gotten older, I've gotten more sympathetic to my
You
dad.
start to kind of okay, I see.
Especially because I lived with my mother for a couple of years as an adult, and I love my mother. She's a wonderful human being. However, I see now why my dad divorced her twice. Because she's also a hard human being to live with.
But if we were going to make a list of strong male role models, Dad might not make the top 10.
Yeah. But Optimus Prime might be at fucking number 1.
Yeah, he would be top 5 easily.
Easily, yes.
Absolutely.
Maybe fall closely by Duke.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Although, you know what? I lean a little more Flint than I do Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Duke more than Flint. I don't know.
Actually, if I'm being honest, I'm probably like Optimus Prime, Man-at-Arms.
Oh, yeah, Duncan.
And then Duke.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Even loving G.I. Joe more than I do He-Man, Duncan was he was up there with Optimus.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, if we could have all just been raised by Duncan and Optimus Prime, the world
would be
would be such a better place than it is now.
We would not be in this dumpster.
If our current president had been raised by Master at Arms and an Optimus Prime, he'd be so much more well-adjusted.
He probably would have just been killed or run over.
No, Man-at-Arms would have killed him when he was an infant. He would have known.
He would have seen.
He would have known the process.
There's no good.
Yeah, he would have fed him to Battle Cats.
To go further down the Man-at-Arms thing real quick, we met Alan Oppenheimer at...
Yes, yeah.
And the weirdest thing is Man-at-Arms is just Alan Oppenheimer.
Sure.
So we're standing there talking to Alan Oppenheimer, and I look at him and I go, I know it's weird, but I really just keep wanting to call you Duncan. And he goes, Duncan? I was like, well, that was Man-at-Arms' real name.
Yeah.
And he had no idea.
He's like, I don't know that.
He's like, Duncan? That's a dumb name.
He's like...
And you're like, my childhood's ruined.
I was like, no, it made it that much better.
Because when I was a kid, I thought Duncan was a dumb name.
More than Last Jedi.
Duncan
is.
Look, for anybody listening,
named Duncan.
If you're named Duncan, that's rad.
Right.
But if you're not named Duncan, that name is really dumb.
Unless you're
It's almost as dumb as Arian. Let's be
Oh, No,
I think there's more connotations to that. That's definitely more loaded.
Nobody's going to be uncomfortable referring to anybody as Duncan.
Right. Jewish girls can still date Duncans. Which I have a thing for brunettes.
Speaking of Jewish girls, Beth, you're not. But
You're right.
What was your favorite movie in 2018?
I was also leaning heavily towards Mandy, and then I went with what was absolutely not the best movie of the year by any means, but it was the most fun I had in a movie theater all year, which I wanted it to be Predator, but it wasn't. It was The Meg.
Oh, yeah. Meg was awesome.
The most fun movie I saw.
Have you guys seen Meg yet?
I haven't.
Oh my god,
it's
so much fun.
Meg is
busy
great.
year.
It's so dumb fun.
It is.
So
How have you seen a movie that I haven't seen? What is happening?
Oh my gosh, you guys should be ashamed of yourself.
We are in the negative
I had a
zone.
shitty job that I would blow off in the middle of the night.
I know, and I've been working 60 hours a week.
I had a
every
shitty
weekend
job
and
that I worked
everything
from
else.
home, so I would just disappear and go see movies.
Jason Statham, perfect. I love him in everything.
And
I love the Crank movies. I love
if
all of
you
his.
Crank is rad.
Yeah.
I love Crank.
If you haven't seen The Meg, and you have like an idea in your head of how Jason Statham should interact with gigantic sharks, this movie somehow delivers
Totally does.
on your dreams.
Yeah.
Without even knowing
I
what
haven't
my
really thought
dreams
about
would
that
be.
much.
But it absolutely knew what my dreams were going to be, and it gave me every single one of them.
Totally
It was
did.
just like, here you go. I'm gonna lay out your dreams before you.
Right.
Everything
And I'm gonna make all of your dreams come true and make you the happiest little girl on earth.
Yeah.
Because it absolutely did. And everybody was so bought into it. Every single actor in it, even the good actors, were just like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go for it. We're
Are
doing
you
this
arguing
thing.
that the Statham is not a good actor?
He's good at what he does.
Yes, he
He's
is.
the
Yes.
best Jason
Extremely
Statham.
good.
He
at what he
yes.
does.
Yes.
But you're right. And that's actually
He has a particular set of skills.
that's actually one of the important things about the movie, and really about any movie, is a skilled movie, no matter what it's about or what the context is or anything, lets you know within the first 10 minutes what the tone is and what level of suspension of disbelief you should have. Smart movies set that tone. So even the dumbest, shittiest movie in the world, if it lets you know in that first 10 minutes, like, okay, look, this is the level we're playing at here, then you can have fun. You can have a great time. And if it doesn't fuck up that tone, if it doesn't fuck up that level of suspension of disbelief for the next hour and a half or whatever, then good job. And the Meg, right out of the gate, it's like, look, this is what kind of movie this is. Strap in or fucking walk out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I know people that I saw it with who were just like, this is so stupid. Yeah, it was. It
Right.
was supposed to be. Did you watch the same trailer I watched? Because you came in here on purpose. You paid.
That's your fault.
Did you come in here expecting Usual Suspects or Citizen Kane or something? Because that's not what this party's about.
You came in to watch an implausible movie about a giant fucking shark.
You seem to have missed
With
the trailer
Jason
where there's a
Statham.
gigantic shark
a giant
swimming
shark.
through like people at a beach party.
Right.
What did you think was fucking
What were
happening
you
in this movie?
expecting?
Was this a documentary in Shark Week?
I thought I was going to get high drama from this prehistoric shark coming up from the center of the earth.
The intellectual tenor of this film is not to my liking.
Land of the Lost is so ahistorical.
It wasn't sci-fi Sharknado stupid.
No, not at all.
It was just balls to balls. Let's have some fucking fun with this. It wasn't.
It
Oh,
was
okay. Now we have to watch this ridiculous time traveling Sharknado shit again.
It was the Piranha remake without being quite as campy.
Yes.
But it was that same level of, look, if you're here to have fun, you're gonna fucking have fun. If you're here to like learn about sharks,
You're
Or
stupid.
you think this is Jaws?
this is not your movie.
It should have stayed home. It's not Jaws.
No, it's not Jaws.
No.
But it is definitely a modern descendant of Jaws. It is, we saw Jaws and we really dug it. But it is definitely a modern descendant of Jaws. It is, look, we saw Jaws and we really dug it. But it is definitely a modern descendant of Jaws. It is, look, we saw Jaws and we really dug it. But it is definitely a modern descendant of Jaws. It is, look, we saw Jaws but we'd like to really get retarded right now.
But we've got great
Let's make it
CGI.
bigger and dumber.
Yeah.
Right.
We've got awesome CGI, and we can make a giant fuck off shark.
Yeah,
now.
and you know what? That's actually something about all the movies that we've discussed here. They look fantastic.
Yeah.
The Meg looks fantastic.
Yeah.
There was not a moment in that movie. We're dealing with a CGI undersea lab. We're dealing with a CGI shark. Spoiler, CGI sharks.
Wait, you mean there's no
it
megalodon?
it was spoiled in the trailer. Oh no, there's a megalodon. Don't you worry. You will get your daily United States Department of Health requirement of megalodon in this movie. Your USDA recommended dose.
I'm only supposed to have 20 grams.
You better not see this movie.
You're gonna shit.
But yeah, all this stuff looks fantastic. We're really getting to a point where as long as it's not something that's supposed to look and behave like a human,
Yeah.
it can get past.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
In Bumblebee, you felt
Oh
like
my
he
gosh.
had weight.
Yes.
Yeah, no, like I haven't seen Bumblebee, but like just from the trailers, like all the Transformers, like moving around and transforming, like look fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
they
and
look
part of
like
it-
I'd want them to look.
Part of it is because they're not 95% wires and gears.
Jesus
God, it
Christ.
would drive me
Like
fucking
yeah,
nuts.
it's Michael Bay aesthetic choice.
About Bumblebee, okay, so the other Transformers movies, which granted there are a couple of those that I genuinely enjoy.
I thought the first one was
But
okay.
they
I
have
don't
their
know
big
what I thought.
they have their big fights and they hit the ground, and every time they hit the ground a shit ton of like gears and stuff just fly off of them.
Yeah.
In Bumblebee they're like, hey, maybe it would be cooler if every time they hit the ground they just got up and
Yeah.
didn't have a bunch of their
Parts
critical
falling out.
parts falling out.
Because that makes no sense.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, you
They're
think that those
machines.
parts would be important.
Yeah.
It would be like if every time I jumped, little bones fell out of my feet.
Right.
Or is it like their IKEA cars?
Which,
Their
granted,
IKEA Transformers?
I'm getting to the
They're
point in my
I know,
life
I
where I feel like that's what happens.
Yeah, I don't like.
patella on the floor.
Like when
I'm like,
people,
oh, I don't jump.
like when people talk to me about exercise, and they're like, "Oh, you can go running." I was like, "Slow down, Turbo. Walking is difficult for me."
Walking
Well, my
for my speed.
doctor literally told me, he was like, if you run, that's bad because later in life you're gonna need your knees. But you can walk well into your next century.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20-year-old Sean ran a lot and did a lot of backflips.
That's
4-year-old Sean hates that.
I can't even really walk anymore because like I have this weird thing with like collapsing.
Well, your
bones.
feet are falling apart,
Yeah, like
right?
my right foot, like the metatarsal bones are collapsing, and I have to wear weird
Like we
orthotic
literally need to
insoles.
mount you on like a
Which-
robot
which-
unicycle wheel.
Which is why there's a fucking rowing machine that I use daily.
That actually looks like a lot of fun. Like this machine right here in the negative zone. If I saw this in a store, I would be like, "Oh wow, that would totally get me into shape," and I would buy it.
Yeah, it was like $200 on
It's
Amazon.
that kind of dumb.
It's like it's one of the best. Like for like as much as I've used it, and it's kept me from like ballooning into like a whale beast after my foot started to fall apart. Like it's one of like the best purchases for the dollar that I've
Now,
made.
let me ask you this: it's a rowing machine, right?
Yes.
Does this give you an urge to go yakking?
Let's move on.
You're right. Let's move on.
Me yak.
Let's move on to favorite TV shows.
I have never felt the urge to yak.
I would.
I have, but only after too much strawberry vodka.
I have on Ryan's bathroom floor.
Okay, let's go. Let's actually start with Arian this time. Now, when we say favorite TV show, at this point, the landscape of television is way different than it used to be. We
like,
have
I'm
streaming
gonna-
services.
I'm
we have-
gonna
Did you
be-
give your favorite movie?
Yeah, it was also into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, that's right.
With an honorable mention.
I've lost track.
Because I was the only person who agreed with anybody else. But whatever. It was literally the most fun I had in a fucking movie theater. Like I only saw 8 movies last year. I saw all the Marvel movies, Deadpool, Solo, Mandy. One day I got really sad.
yeah, he's the only one of us that saw Mandy in the theater.
Yeah.
I saw it at Plaza Theater.
Yeah, I saw it at Plaza too.
Yeah.
One day I got really sad, and went and saw the Mr. Rogers documentary and cried.
Oh, yeah, I can't.
I'm not watching that outside of the house.
I'm not watching that any more than I'm watching a movie about a dog.
Yeah.
No, fuck dog movies.
No.
We were going to watch Christopher Robin, and we were going to go see it in the movie theater.
no, I can't
there's
do
too much.
it.
There's going to be too much ugly crying.
I want to see it, but I
do too,
don't want to sit there and
I know
cry
I'm
for
gonna
an hour
cry.
and a half.
Yeah.
I
I was
feel
one
like
of
I
like
need to
four.
pause it
I was like
and
one of
cry for a
four
while.
Yeah.
people at Terra, like at an afternoon show, that saw the Mr. Rogers movie. So it was okay. Like I sat in the corner,
But television-wise,
television-wise. So like I don't watch.
streaming television,
Yeah.
whatever.
I don't watch a lot of TV. I'm like infamous for like starting a series and getting bored. Like the most of anything that like came out last year, I say in air quotes, came out that I watched was Castle Rock. I watched the first 7 episodes of, and I stopped after the 7th episode because it was so good. Like, which was the Sissy Spacek, the one that was like, the 7th episode was all about Sissy Spacek's character, and
Yeah.
it was like told in flashbacks about her, like dealing with like dementia and Alzheimer's, and it was really fucking great. It's one of the best single episodes of TV that I've ever seen. My recommendation: watch the first 7 episodes of Castle Rock and then just stop.
That's not my recommendation. My recommendation is watch the whole thing.
Sure,
If you're a Stephen King fan.
I tried. I got
just-
2 episodes in, and then I was like, this is really slow, and I can't get into it.
It's worth
I
watching
think we're up
for
to episode
7.
5 or 6.
I loved it, and I have the attention span of a gnat.
Yeah, like
I thought it was
I just
fucking
get
awesome.
super bored with TV shows. Like
Sure.
I've
It's a commitment.
no, it is like even like the Marvel Netflix shows, which are all getting canceled now. Like I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes and then I stopped.
Well, that's because
And
the
then
middle 3 episodes are fucking terrible.
Yeah, like-
They're all filler.
they're usually deal with Foggy, and I want him to die.
I love Foggy. I like Foggy.
You're fired.
You can't fire me. This is my show.
I know, but
Damn it.
It is the negative zone.
But he's doing it in the negative zone. So he's
Fuck.
pulling rank.
All right, later, guys.
So, and you actually experienced it earlier when you showed up far too early, and I'm like, here, watch this.
You were very nice to me, though.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You didn't make me leave like I did. I think at one point we were doing a commentary, and somebody, I think it might have been Jason. Somebody showed up super early once, and I was like, "No,
You're
go
too
to
early.
Wendy's or
Like,
something."
go to Wendy's or something. No, I was just like, come in, whatever. Like, you're super fucking early. I got to
You're very
work for another
hospitable.
hour. But
I
don't care.
appreciate that.
My favorite TV experience
Although I
in
wish
the
you'd
past
put pants
year.
on.
I put real pants on shortly after you got here. Whatever. I no longer have sweatpants on. These are jeans. My favorite TV experience in the past year is the Comedy Central show, which I like in the past 9 months have watched every episode of. This Can't Be Happening, which is comedians telling horrible stories from their lives.
Horrible. Is there a word stronger than horrible?
Horribad.
Yeah.
Terribad.
Legally
Like-
dead?
Like some of them involve becoming legally
Yeah.
dead. And it's like people like Mark Maron, Louis Anderson,
Yeah,
Keegan,
it's names.
Keegan Michael
It's not
Key.
like all
But like
randoms.
some of the best one, the single best one, which is the one that I made you watch
Oh
first,
my gosh.
is this female comedian named Jessa Reed. And like if you're gonna watch, it's like 16 or
I don't
7.
think that was her name.
16 or 17 minutes of your life. Just like go into YouTube and type in meth pee.
Oh god, the meth pee.
Yeah, like she talks about accidentally getting addicted to meth and then like figuring out like because your body can't process it and like it flushes it out through your urine that like if you drink your own pee while doing meth you get like super high.
YouTube lists her name entirely differently.
It's Jessa Reed.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's like I have like a particular weird fondness for like a content of entertainment that I can only classify as embarrassment porn.
Human debasement.
Yeah, like seeing people like recount or relive like the most terrible, embarrassing moments in their life, like gives me this weird like cringe high that like I just love I love and hate that I love at the same time.
Well, it makes sense though, because we all have that part of the brain, and I don't know what it is, but you'll be sitting there driving to work, listening to Oingo Boingo in a pretty good mood, like, you know what? I'm not super happy I'm going to work, but I've got a lot of stuff to write about. It's going to be a good night. And then all of a sudden your brain is like, hey, fucker, remember that time in 8th grade you asked that girl out and she laughed at you and you want to drive into a tree?
Yeah. No,
like, we all have that part of our
totally
brain.
Like that.
And to know that other people are sharing those things that reprehensible little part of your brain wants is like, okay, we've all had our...
It's part of life.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was like the most fun that I've had watching TV. And like I would literally sit there with it. Sorry if anyone from work is listening. Yes, sometimes I will sit there with my tablet open watching shit on YouTube or Hulu as I am working.
None of us do that.
Sometimes
None of us.
I've never done that.
I know what you're talking about.
Sometimes it's slow at work. So yeah, that was like my most, like, I spent either, let's say, coin flip, like wasting like countless hours of my life watching shitty WWE programming over the past year, or watching that on Comedy Central. So there you go.
Yeah. I'm right there with you on WWE because I watch all of it, and the percentage of it that is good is not greater than the percentage of it that is shitty.
The sad part is, like, you don't even watch, like, the stuff that's actively... You don't watch NXT, and that's, like, the best.
NXT or 205 Live.
I canceled my network subscription after the whole Crown Jewel thing, but, like... They still...
you have standards and morals.
Yeah, they bum me out and they keep me from getting laid more than I should. I should, like, really just be, like, more just like, eh.
No, you're a good man.
No, don't say that. That's not true.
It is true. It is true.
Don't go that far. But, yeah. So, I can't recommend Comedy Central. This Isn't Happening highly enough. And especially, just go on YouTube and type in Meth P.
Yeah, go ahead, because we found it within like 5 seconds of when I got here, and it's fucking hilarious. and it'll make you feel better about being
it'll like make you feel better about all of your bad decisions, because you're just like, well, at least I haven't been there.
Just to get high.
Beth, television, or whatever, you know.
I actually surprised myself by choosing a network TV program.
Get right out of town.
They still have those?
Right? I didn't know that
Was
either.
it House?
I don't think that's
I've never
been on
seen an episode
I
of
can't
House.
do that show. I hate that guy. What was it?
The Good Place.
Oh, yes! I'm clapping for that.
That show is very incredible. That's the second most fun I had watching TV.
I streamed the first season on a flight last year to and from San Francisco. So I watched all of the first season, got home, immediately got onto Netflix, watched the second season, and have been loving the third season. And I'm so happy it got picked up for a fourth season.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. I really didn't think that they'd be able to keep up with what it was, or keep it going.
Well, that's what. Yeah, constantly you're thinking like this can't.
They can't keep.
This is going to run out of steam at some point, right? Like the concept will die.
Somehow they keep making it work.
Yeah,
being entertained.
What's it about? I have no idea.
Yeah, I've never.
The Good Place.
Son of a bitch.
I don't want to spoil it for you.
I don't have TV.
No, I can't say that.
You can watch
your mom's fucking awesome. You motherfucker.
There you go. That's right.
Damn it!
That's right.
You ass butt.
The first two seasons are on Hulu or Netflix or whatever.
No, it's legit.
And they're half an hour long. They're half an hour long, and like they're like only 12 episodes per season.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking.
And to explain anything will spoil it.
Yeah.
You gotta watch it.
The less you know going in, the better.
I spoiled it for myself, but that's because I'm a miserable asshole.
Kristen Bell is one of the most attractive and delightful human beings ever. Literally the most.
Yeah.
She is delightful.
Yeah.
Ted Danson is in it. He's fantastic.
Which he is possibly the other most attractive and delightful human being on the planet. Although I say that Ted Danson, when you go back and watch early Cheers, it's really fucking weird looking.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
better old.
Off-puttingly
Yeah.
weird.
He
Now,
aged
though,
really well.
he's a silver fox.
Yeah.
He's gorgeous.
And I believe that hair is fake.
It's gotta be.
Probably.
It has to
I
be.
think he actually lost his hair and then.
Don't ruin
had
it.
Well, okay, it's either fake or because there's this whole rash of like celebrity people who have really incredible hair that's not detectable as fake.
Right.
And I think if you go to the right guy, you can get good fake hair.
Right.
Like sewn in
He got
implant hair or
hidden
whatever.
plugs.
One end of the
Whatever
spectrum,
it is.
there's Bret Michaels. The other end of the spectrum
Yeesh.
is
Ted Danson.
Not good.
No, Bret Michaels is probably on the Jeremy Piven end of things.
Yeah.
And then there's Ted
Michaels,
Danson.
he just has a bandana. Like I think his extensions are sewn into
Sewn
his
in.
Well,
bandana.
he's like Hulk Hogan.
And
Yes.
that's it.
If,
Yeah.
if you watched this week's Raw, you saw Hulk Hogan with his fake hair that almost looked like pasta noodles or like scarecrow hair.
Like, if Shawn Michaels can just give up and give in and like buzz
Let's
his
go
head.
ahead and admit though that Shawn Michaels is far more of a man than Hulk Hogan ever was.
No, like he's
Because
probably
Shawn Michaels got to the point where he said, "You know what? I was kind of a fucker for a while, and I'd like to not be like that anymore."
Yeah.
Sure.
Whereas Hulk Hogan has said, "I was kind of a fucker for a while, and I'd like to make money again. So I'm going to tell the black people I'm sorry, and then move on."
I didn't even know they actually said the words "I'm sorry." Did he?
well,
He was like, "I'm sorry it got out."
He issued a very
The old
loose.
dog, the bounty hunter trick.
He
I'm
issued
sorry
a
you guys heard
very.
about that.
He issued a very Louis C.K. type non-apology apology where he's like, some of my actions may have hurt people, and that makes me think.
Right.
But like,
I'm sorry I forced you to look at my penis.
yeah, like the words I'm sorry never actually came out of his mouth.
Yeah, that yuck, gross.
Yeah.
So Beth,
So back
the
to
good
Good
place.
Are we still on that? I thought.
I know. We're good.
Okay.
We can move on.
This
We
is
can
a
move
stream
on.
of consciousness podcast.
It's fine. Kristen Bell's a national treasure. That's all I'm saying.
She really is.
And Ted
Everybody
Danson
on that
as well.
show is absolutely fantastic. And you know what? Props to
Janice.
Janice is great. She's probably actually the best actress on
Have you
the
seen the
entire
most
show.
recent episode?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're up to date.
I don't want to spoil it, but
No, it's,
Yeah.
I'm not current. I've only seen the 2 episodes.
No,
that are available
actually,
this spring.
what's
Is
his
that on
name?
real TV?
Fucking idiot. I can't remember his name right now.
Jason. I don't know his real name.
Technically, Jason is the most admirable person on the show because I think it's harder to display that level of idiocy
Yeah.
than anything else on the show.
As someone that's a professional idiot.
Right. Because
does.
if you met that actor in person, you would be shocked that he wasn't an idiot like that.
Yeah.
Whereas everybody else on the show, you'd be like, "Oh, it's Ted Danson. You're a sweet guy," and it's it's not surprising that you could play a
guy,
demon
yeah.
learning to be human. Kristen Bell. It's not surprising that you'd play a selfish asshole.
Right.
But like that guy,
Is the embodiment of Florida.
imagine meeting the actor, and he's like, "Hey, it's really nice to meet you. I'm super excited to be on television. It's really a delight to me how well received The Good Place is." How fucking shocked would you be to hear him
I
speaking?
would have to ask him to repeat it so I could record it and show it to everyone
Right.
I know.
Can you please speak that in Jasonese?
He's like literally the best actor of the whole year.
Yeah.
Unless he's actually like that.
Unless he really loves the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Right.
And who does?
No.
But it's
People
also
from
got,
Jacksonville.
it's got great cameos from Adam Scott's great in it. Jason Mantzoukas
Yes.
as Janet's boyfriend Derek was great.
Yeah. That
Maya
they really,
Rudolph was fantastic.
Yeah.
They know exactly what they're doing. They're very smart about it. They know how to use every person that comes onto the show. They I don't know the actor's name, and I hate that I don't. But the main kind of like judge guy that's the antagonist this season.
Oh yeah,
Sean.
He showed, man, that guy has been in lots of stuff at this point, and I hate that I don't know his name. I feel like he came from Upright Citizens.
I think they all came from
maybe?
from a similar because he plays the chief's husband on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, really?
And I think he's shown up on Parks and Rec. So Michael Shore,
Yeah, he's been on Parks and Rec.
So it's the team from Parks and Rec and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and they're doing
every time that guy shows up, I'm just like, oh, good,
so
this is great.
Yeah, something's about
they know what they're doing with their assets.
One of the most amazing fight sequences from a woman dressed like June Cleaver you'll ever see is at the end. So I'm just going to jump in and echo what Beth said.
Okay.
Bring it back to Good Place, because that was going to be my favorite.
Okay.
That's mine. I mean, I know it did come out in 2018. I'm really bad.
Well, no. This is
Yeah.
anything that was airing.
Yeah.
Sort of currently
like
in 2018.
binge watching Psych for the 8 millionth time.
You and your fucking pineapples.
I love it. You know, that's right. You guys don't get any of those jokes unless you've seen Psych.
No, I haven't. But I do love.
There's a pineapple.
I do love Dule Hill.
There's a pineapple in every episode of Psych.
Yeah.
And
well, they actually had like an online contest at one point, right? About find the pineapple in the episode, and you get a trip to something.
USA ran something for the new movie that came out where it was you could just record yourself tossing a pineapple, and they looped them together so it looked like there were people from all over the country tossing one pineapple to each other. So it just looked like this never-ending pineapple toss from coast to coast.
I like Psych. I don't love Psych.
Oh, it's
the only episode I ever saw was the Twin Peaks one they did. Of course.
Yeah, really good.
The one with the Battlestar Galactica helmet stands out to me.
Yes, with Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yes. Which I love Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Like he wrote for WWE.
Yep.
He was a major character in the Star Wars franchise.
Yep.
He was Fred in the Scooby-Doo movies, which are fucking great. Written by James Gunn, by the way.
That's why they're great.
Like he's awesome.
Yeah, and he was great. I mean, he shows up in Psych, I think, twice, and he's hilarious both times. And yeah, so mostly I just binge watch Psych over and over. Jen and I love that show. It's literally my favorite show of all time ever. And it's absurd how much I watch it more than I watch Saved by the Bell. And if you know me, that's a lot.
Whoa!
I know.
Madness.
I've watched a lot of Saved by the Bell.
Zach's gonna fight you.
He'll try.
So Good Place, you agree with Beth?
Good Place. I agree with Beth. Good Place is the. Jen and I are always watching something while we eat dinner.
Sure.
Good Place, we refuse to be eating while we're like. That's a show we want to pay attention to.
Yeah.
We want to see what's going on.
Which is an interesting thing over the last few years. There's some shows that you just put on, and they're on. And you laugh every once in a while, or pay attention every once in a while, and you're like, oh,
CW shows for me.
Right. Totally.
The Gifted for me. The Gifted can be on.
Oh, no, see, for me, The Gifted is one that I sit down and I watch.
I like it, but it just, to me, can't hold me for an hour.
Oh,
or
shit.
Supernatural's like that with me.
Yeah, Supernatural is one that you just put
I
on.
love it, but, it
The Gifted is my favorite adaptation of Marvel's Mutants ever.
I am several episodes behind.
Love it. Oh, I love it. Well, if it didn't get you, it didn't get you. That's fine.
No, I watched all of the first season. I've watched the first several episodes of the second season. I just kind of behind, and it's not one of those that just grab me to where it's I have to sit down and watch.
It got me. It to me it captured those Chris Claremont X-Men that I was reading when I was a kid. But that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is, like, there are different levels of good television now. There's television that's really good to just put on and kind of have in the background, and then there's television that you have to sit down and like, oh wow, what is happening?
I need to absorb, and that's part of the reason why I'm behind on so many shows, because there are so many shows that they are like appointment viewing.
Yes,
like I'm not up to date on Stranger Things because when it came out, I was constantly on my laptop, and I was like, I need to put the laptop down and watch this.
It's easy to throw on a show when you know you've got stuff to catch up on, you got to do some stuff for a website or whatever. But when it's a show that you know you want to sit there and really take in, like, you're going to make time for that.
Yeah.
And that's a different level of watching.
Yeah. And I will say, I'm going to think of another honorable mention. I would say The Goldbergs. It's probably my second favorite. And it's an entertaining show.
I hate it.
Really?
I hate it.
I've never seen it.
I mostly love watching it because it's spot the cool 80s random shit. And then they had a Rad episode this year.
And that's... And when I say
that's
I hate
all it takes for you.
Yes, that's
well,
all.
When I say I hate it, I know most people love it and like get what it's doing.
Yeah.
I watched the Freddy Krueger episode.
Yep.
And hated every second of it. Because to me, everything about
I just saw the
it.
ad for the Freddy Krueger episode, and I was like, not for me.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Well,
you were smarter than me.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I love
But it
Freddy
doesn't
Krueger.
matter. I
No.
mean, you should. Like, it's Robert Englund. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck, he's Freddy again.
Yeah.
And I sat and I watched it, and I was like, I fucking wish he hadn't done this because this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
But, like, it's, to me, it's the same. Look, The Goldbergs is way better than Big Bang Theory.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
But it's the same level of like the fact that the guy who runs the show is very well versed in all the stuff that he's exploiting to get his show watched.
Yeah.
Doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, and I can understand. I mean, it's a nostalgia trip.
And I'm
not gonna argue that
sure
it's a great
me
show.
and the showrunner could sit down and have a beer and have a great fucking time.
Yeah.
But like,
What I like, and where I would draw the distinction, I stopped watching Big Bang Theory because at some point it stopped being about the geeks being in on the joke. At least for me, as I was watching it, I was like, I feel like they've just become the joke again. And instead of being in on the joke and it being smart, it was, no, they are the joke, and now it's just laughing at nerds again. I'm like, well, that's every fucking show.
Yeah.
So I tapped out on it.
Well, it was like that one and How I Met Your Mother. Like, the first couple seasons, like, I was like, oh, I kind of like these.
Yeah.
And then, it just became like a parody of itself. You're just like, this is the Nickelback of TV.
Right.
Like, what the hell is this? Like,
Exactly.
This is just, I don't know.
And it may have also been, I got tired of people going, oh, do you watch The Big Bang Theory? Do you like superheroes?
shut
I'm like,
up.
fuck you.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about The Walking Dead.
The
You like scary things. You must love The Walking Dead.
Big Bang Theory is the blackfish for nerds.
I agree. It's like
So
nerd minstrel.
It's the entire point of it is to laugh at rather than with.
Yeah.
And that bothers the shit out
It's
of me.
making fun of the quirks and the issues. But moving on to great television, Ryan.
I have a really odd one, but there's an anime show called My Hero Academia, and I am obsessed with it. Like,
your enthusiasm for this
I love
show
it.
has made me want to watch
It's
this
actually
show.
really good.
And I'm
I
not
don't like
like
anime.
You hate anime.
well, I don't hate it. There's certain things that I like.
Dragon
Battle
Ball
Angel
Z.
Alita.
Yeah.
I'm
Which
a
is
big fan of Ghost in the Shell. Like there's certain ones that got me.
Yep.
Yeah.
But overall, as a style of animation, I'm not a fan.
It's not my favorite thing.
But
So what you're saying is you're a weeaboo.
the stuff
I don't even know what that
that
means, actually.
the stuff that you've said about My Hero Academia has
Yeah.
been like, man, I need to check it out.
It's really cool. It's like, it's this world where, it's like, something like 80% of everybody has some sort of superpower or ability of some sort. But it could be anything from, like, controlling metal like Magneto, or just like lighting a match off your finger. Like, it could be like the most minor thing, or it could be some awesome thing. And
It could be like my toenails grow really long.
yeah, like it could just be some, exactly. Or it's like I grow bananas out of my hands or something, But like,
Ryan banana hands.
that would be my power. I grow bananas out of my hands.
Banana hands. You'd never be hungry.
Real, I love bananas.
Yeah,
You
but
know what to do with your hands. And
it's really good. It's a really interesting show. It reminds me of like a little touch of the X-Men, but it's just cool seeing like all these like really unique powers that you're like, every power's been done, every superpower's been done.
Yeah.
And then you see all these characters and you're like, I never thought of that. Like, that's fucking weird, but like cool.
Can I tell you the superpower? Because I've had conversations in the past over dumb superpowers.
Yeah.
My favorite dumb superpower is the power of flight, but you only fly 5 feet off the ground and you have to flap your arms like crazy.
See,
that's pretty
mine is the power to telepathically communicate with corn. Because corn doesn't have much to say.
There's been several times when we've been watching it, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is that guy's power?
Yeah. And I'm like, he grows
Why?
giant grapes out of his head and they stick to things.
Like
Oh
that's
my
a
God.
weird thing.
Obviously.
This guy grows basically giant grape spitballs.
They're
on his
basically
head.
fucking tumors.
Yeah.
He just rips them out of his head and he can stick to things. And I'm like, yeah, makes sense to me.
Terry and I always said if we got superpowers, we'd end up getting screwed with one of those kind of superpowers.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have the ability to fold socks with my mind.
Oh fuck, that would be great.
My friends and I, as dumb 20-somethings, conceived an entire show that we actually pitched to Adult Swim called the Super Mega Ultra Fantastic Force 5000 team.
So you wanted to work really hard for no money?
Yes. Where we all had terrible superhero powers, which that's where the power to telepathically communicate with Korn came from. That was my superhero power that I came up with for my character. But my friend Jeremiah's was really bendy thumb. My friend Dave was if he stood really still and concentrated, he could make his right hand turn blue. It's just stupid shit like that. And the kicker was our friend Bob's superpower was that he could always show up at the right time with a gun to shoot the supervillain.
That's pretty useful.
Yeah. That was the only...
So you're a team.
Yeah.
But you're only a team because you're friends.
Yeah.
And Bob is the only useful person.
Yeah,
man, I'd watch that.
That's pretty good.
I'd watch that.
We thought it was a great idea. They're just the people at Adult Swim were just how do we make this lame and unwatchable? And I'm just I've seen Super Jail.
Look at your other program.
And if you've watched anything that's recently premiered on Adult Swim, you know that's their goal.
I've seen Super Jail. This conversation is over. I will take my talents to South Beach, where they appreciate it. Oh God, I hated Super Jail. That was that was the beginning of the end. When Adult Swim was great for me was Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Sea Lab 2021.
Yeah.
And the second wave of shows after that is when it immediately started to go down.
Can I tell you where Adult Swim completely lost me?
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. This is where they lost me. Is when, what was it called? The Mole Man?
Oh, yeah.
Mole Man Chronicles.
I loved that show.
Yeah.
But they kept changing when it was on, and this was pre-DVR. So you couldn't just put a show in and expect it to record at the right time. I fucking loved that show, and I could never catch it.
And they're just you can't watch it.
Yeah, they're it's going to come on at 12:37 next Saturday, but then it's going to be on Tuesday at 2:05 in the morning.
I feel like they did the same thing with Frisky Dingo, because I really like that.
Oh.
And,
They
have I'm convinced.
Wait. Frisky Dingo wasn't the one.
Frisky Dingo was the one with Killface.
Frisky Dingo was the one with Killface. But what's the one? Angel. It's animated, and it's he's got one giant wing. It's this show. There's a meme for this show that says, "You know you're up too late when this motherfucker's on TV."
Yeah. Oh fuck!
That show was terrible.
Yeah.
I cannot remember what it was called. It's the worst.
Having been in a room pitching a show, I'm convinced it's just a random dartboard that
I agree.
people that are high throw darts at.
Yeah.
Say things
they consult manatees.
like felt.
Well, it's not that bad.
Paper,
it's not Family Guy bad. All right, we got to move on. We got to keep going. Nicole, what was your favorite show that was on the air last year? Show, streaming, whatever.
So, I don't really watch TV shows very much.
You have to leave now.
So,
I'm just kidding.
We are home a lot, but so I don't.
You guys actually do stuff.
No,
you're so
about
lame.
Anything. But so, anyways, my favorite was The Haunting of Hill House.
Yes.
So good.
Absolutely loved that. I thought it was so well done. I thought it was the perfect length. I thought that everybody talks about episode 5, which is amazing. Episode 5
was that the
scary.
bent neck lady?
Yes,
that was the one that creeped me out. That was the only one that creeped me out.
Yeah, and it's amazing. It's a really, really well done, good, scary reveal episode. But
However, oh, I
however,
hope you're going to say what I think you're going to say.
episode 6, the episode, obviously, 6 being right after 5.
Yes.
Is one of the best things I have ever seen. It's one of the best shot.
Blew my fucking mind.
You don't even call it TV show, but like, it's probably got some of the best camera work I've ever seen. Everything about it. So like, there are a couple of like incredibly long shots.
The opening, like 15 to 18 minutes, something like
phenomenal.
that, is all one shot.
Yeah, there's this amazing thing where the dad comes into the funeral parlor. He comes in, the camera comes in straight with him. The camera then does a circle. And Dad looks at his children and he sees them as small children. And they're all standing against the wall. And the camera circles around. And when it comes back around to his point of view, he's seeing his children as they are now, actually as adults. And they're in the same clothing and the same position and all that. And if you think about the logistics, so as the camera is circling and as they are filming, they had to remove these child actors and put in these adults and get them all perfect, and they cannot fuck it up because they're already like 7 or 8 minutes into the shot. You can tell that a lot of the lines were kind of ad-lib. They stumble over their dialogue here and there, but it makes it better. It makes it more realistic because it's supposed to be like a very emotionally charged episode where they're like yelling at each other and like all this stuff is happening and this family is falling apart. So them kind of flubbing and stumbling a little bit just makes it more realistic. I thought that it was one of the best things I've ever seen. It was so damn
and
good.
another case of non-annoying children. That show could have been terrible if those kids had not been good.
They were so good. The entire cast of that show was phenomenal. The writing was great, but it was one of those where I was like, the camera work and the shots that they had just blew my mind in that show.
That episode, something like the first 21 minutes are intended to look like one camera shot.
Oh, yeah.
But the first, I think, 13 are legit one camera shot, and then they kind of faked it out. Like once
they go into the dark.
Once Henry Thomas goes down the hallway and goes into the house, like that's when it actually, like, obviously they had to do some editing on that. But the conversations when the family is all like in the funeral home, that's all legit one fucking camera. And actually stood up after like 10 minutes. We're sitting there watching it, and I actually stood up and I was like, this is all one fucking shot!
Yeah, I was blown away. Yeah, we didn't really know much. I mean, we had a general idea, but I didn't know that I was about to see, this kind of thing. And we're watching the same thing. We were both like,
I was expecting just a ghost show.
They hadn't done anything like that. Yeah. It hadn't really. It was a very well done show.
Yeah.
All the character work was great, and it was very competently shot, but it hadn't led you to believe there would be anything that was like auteur level stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That was going to happen. So
it was
that
incredible.
6th episode, like, just a few minutes in, you're like, wait a minute. What's going on here? And they keep moving from character to character. And there are no cuts. There were no cuts at all. Everything's just moving. Everybody's delivering this dialogue.
The emotion and the drama in that episode.
Imagine being the one asshole, though, that just completely, like, sorry, I forgot my lines. It's like, we've been recording for 12 minutes.
Fuck you, we gotta reset everything.
Like, that would suck.
But even if you're not aware of how things are filmed, of how television works, I think it would have sucked you in. Like, I think even people who were just watching it just to watch it were probably on the edge of their seats, just like
knowing they're seeing something special.
Because it was relentless. It never ended. This family sharing their emotions, finally getting together after all these years of resentment and of misunderstanding and of, like, that was the other thing, like, Haunting of Hill House not only provided like a lot of spooky stuff. Because, look, all those ghosts just hanging out in the background.
It's terrifying.
Oh yeah,
So good.
It's brilliant.
Oh yeah.
And then on top
And
of
there's
that,
several I missed because I went back.
oh
and
yeah.
Several.
You don't catch
like
them
under
all.
the
There's no way.
staircases.
Yeah. So there's that sort of ongoing horror, but then beyond that, there are actual scares, and then beyond that, even if you remove all of the horror and all the scares,
It's a great
this
family drama.
yes,
Yeah.
it worked on every single level.
And actually, Ryan.
Yeah, it could just
brought
be called
this up,
like fucked up family house, and you'd be like, "Whoa, this show's crazy." No
they
ghosts.
wouldn't even need ghosts.
it wouldn't
Yeah.
be as popular as Fuller House, but
yeah.
it's still
fucked up family house is not going to be
I
that.
think that you had like read something or talked to somebody who was saying that like each of the children represented like one of the 5 stages of grief. Which I don't know if it adds up perfectly, but it's pretty darn accurate. You know, like the
anger, denial,
bargaining,
acceptance.
acceptance.
I can see that.
There's one more, which
Yes,
I can't
anger,
remember off the
denial,
top.
bargaining, acceptance, and I'm supposed to know this.
Yeah.
Depression or something like that.
Yeah.
But,
No, when we were when I was reading that, it was matching up.
It all lines
Yeah.
up. Right. That's
the characters
sure.
were really well done, really fleshed out, and like
That was on my list. of
simultaneously really likable and unlikable. You know, they're very human, I think is what it is,
Yeah.
and
Well,
very
and that's the
imperfect, and you can relate to them.
If a character is well done, even if they're unlikable, even if they're a douche, like the
brother, the chunky brother.
no, even the sister that owned the funeral.
Oh, yeah, but
But you,
like,
like she's a bitch, but you get why.
Right.
Yeah.
Within the
So
context
much.
of the show, you're like, man, she's kind of a dick. But when you learn her story, you're like, man, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's just all of them dealing with this like horrible situation that they're put in their own way, and then also throwing in this crazy, you know,
And they're
ghost supernatural
and time
shit.
travel kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
Having said, I think it's beautifully shot, it's beautifully written. I felt like that thing shit the bed in the last episode.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked it. I was like,
It drug on for me a little bit in that red room thing. I was just like, okay, let's.
There was a couple of things in like the last episode that took me out of it a little bit, but
I think the fact that we
I still
watched it
loved
like
it.
pretty much all in a
Why
row.
couldn't they just say, Dad died? Like, why? Because it's going to come up at some point.
Somebody's gonna ask.
Like, somebody's going to realize, wait a minute.
Where's
Dad? Like, there was a lot of, at the end, I felt it got a little convoluted. And it just, the payoff to me didn't live up to the awesome stuff we've been watching for the past 10 episodes.
I will say there's like a lot of things with like supernatural stuff and stuff like that where you're like watching it and the way it ends, you know, it doesn't really explain anything, and sometimes that's okay, and there's a lot of questions. But like I want to at least understand that like the writer like knew what this is about.
Yeah.
And like that, the way it ended, I'm like, wait, so did this happen? Like, or is this all in their head?
It felt like...
But it felt like the writer didn't even know.
It felt like the writer wasn't even sure, like, was this
what kind of story am I telling?
Was this was this some kind of weird demon? Was this ghost? Like,
yeah, I can see that, because I felt that way a little bit about the end. Like, I enjoyed it, but like I did feel like I was like, you know, I could have definitely used a more clear, either a more clear understanding, or like they should have like
or more vague.
Or more vague, it was like in between. Yeah.
I felt like they didn't stick the landing.
Yeah, but that's still, I mean, you know.
But it was still awesome.
We only watched like
it was
6
so well
series this year, probably, so that was one of them. Yeah.
So, my favorite show, and look, I'm not saying that it's like a masterpiece of television, and it's something that should be like renowned through the ages and submitted to the Library of Congress.
If he says Walking Dead, I'm leaving.
Oh, not fucking saying Walking Dead. That show's garbage ass.
But Negan's got a baseball bat.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Gotham is the show.
That was my number 2.
Gotham is the show
I love
that
it.
every single week I can't wait to see
It
it.
fucking rules.
Every actor on that show is 100% invested in what they're doing, and as wacky as that show gets, as crazy as it gets, it has created the world where the wackiness and craziness all works.
Yes.
It's like I said before about setting a tone. Everything that happens in Gotham fits within the tone of Gotham.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's where I felt like the
It is
problems were with the
phenomenal.
first season is they weren't going wacky.
Yeah, they didn't know quite what they were
enough.
doing.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were trying. I feel like in the first season they were like, we can't get too crazy because there's a certain amount of continuity that fans are going to expect.
Yep.
We can't go too far outside the lines. And then the second season they were like,
Fuck
They're like, don't care anymore.
All bets are off.
Continuity and
and
suck my ass.
since then.
So good.
It has been the most entertaining,
Yep.
compelling, crazy
I
shit on
absolutely
television. And they'll do storylines that on any other TV show would have been like 3 episodes, 6 episodes of like, oh, what's going to happen here? What is this person a villain? Are they a good guy? Gotham will do that shit in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. They'll throw out some new antagonist and be like, oh, here's our crazy new mystery antagonist. 10 minutes later, it's like, bam, they're dead.
Yeah.
Fuck it, bitches. Gotham is crazy. It's gonzo television.
No, they don't
Yeah.
give a shit, and like
No.
they tell several storylines that happened way after Batman was Batman.
One episode of Gotham could be one season of any other television
Yes,
show.
absolutely.
It's some of the
Because they
best
told the whole.
acting.
Yes,
they
they're
told
so into it.
yeah.
The guy that plays the Penguin is the greatest
Robin-
actor to ever
Robin
walk on the
Lord
fucking
Taylor.
planet.
Yeah.
Like he is
Well,
so
and he gets
goddamn
better every
good.
season.
It's essentially
So and
his
he's
show.
like, it's like he
Yeah.
has somehow trained himself to perspire. And I'm like, he's so
You're right.
he's always moist,
Yeah.
and I mean, I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that that's
yeah.
an effect and whatever, but it's just he's so fucking good.
But it's because, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
He's so good. He has taken that character and absolutely embraced it 100% to the point
Has
where
made him the most interesting Batman villain ever.
anything that he does, you buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't necessarily line up with the story that they've been telling, you just buy it because Robin Lord Taylor has taken that character and just inhabited it in a way that nobody else has done.
And that whole thing, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody that's not all caught up, but that whole like Butch storyline when
man.
it finally pays off.
Oh my
after
gosh.
That was great.
All that shit. When that, I was literally like, I'm like, what the fuck? What? Wait, stop, push goddamn pause. What? Like,
Oh, there
Oh
were
my
several
God.
times we watched that and we paused
delivers that kind of moment
Yes.
several times a season.
yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes an episode, sometimes.
Look, Fish Mooney alone
Oh my
provides
gosh,
like
so
20.
cool. Yeah.
Fish motherfucking Mooney provides like 20. Did that just happen?
Yeah.
Moments.
There were
just
several
in her
times when
character
we're watching it and we pause it and we both look at each other and it's like, what in the fuck is happening on
Yeah.
this show? I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this
yeah.
makes no sense. They can't, there's no way this can continue, and it does.
It does.
And it just
Yeah.
gets
Well,
better and better and better.
Everybody dies at
Yeah.
some point or another.
Oh, yeah.
And then they come back.
Death means
It's
nothing
not a
in
problem.
that show
The
at all.
Penguin and the Riddler need to stay the fuck away from the dogs. Okay?
It's like every other episode they
Why
get
do
shot
they
at
keep
the
going
dogs.
to the dogs? Just stay away from the water.
it'll be different.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's
Jesus.
like Duke playing the Riddler, Penguin, Jerome, like all these guys are incredible, and they're like the best interpretations of these characters.
Yes.
And then you've got Donald Logue as Bullock,
Oh,
who is
Amazing.
in a weird way, he's like the backbone of the show because you've got
Yeah.
you've got Jim Gordon,
yeah,
who just straight up murders people
yeah,
all the time.
banks chicks and murders people.
No problem.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
he rules.
no issues at all.
Yeah.
Donald Logue is weirdly the like
He's
spiritual
the human
center of the
anchor.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got what impresses me so much, Barbara Gordon.
Yeah.
First season, horrible. You want her off the show.
Yeah, really, really.
And
good.
then she becomes the best character
She's
on the whole
awesome.
show.
Yeah, she's
because
fascinating.
they said, fuck it. Well, she's not Barbara Gordon. She's Barbara, whatever her last, whatever her crazy ass last name is.
I don't even remember. Doesn't matter. She's got crazy hair now.
She turns around and you're like, is she going to become Harley Quinn? Is she going to become Ra's al Ghul? Is she going to, like...
For a second, I thought she was going to be Livewire.
Yes!
Yeah, we thought she was going to be Livewire.
Right.
Yeah.
The last season.
Yep.
But she's fucking phenomenal.
She's just this awesome character they created.
Yes!
And they're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, let's do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
A lot of the show is just like them just being wild with characters, and like maybe they have the same name as the comic book equivalent, but they go crazy.
But they're going to have a lot more fun.
Oh yeah.
Let's just talk for a moment about Hugo Strange on that show.
He's awesome. He's so good.
I can't remember the actor's name right now, but
B.D.
from
Wong.
B.D. Wong.
I don't know why I know
from
that.
Oz,
Yes.
the mad scientist from
incredible in
Jurassic
anything.
Park. He's great
He was
in
in one of the cop
everything he
shows,
does.
CSI.
Yeah, you're right. He
Yeah.
was.
He was on one of the
Was he on
CSIs.
he wasn't on the Shield, was he?
I don't know.
But anyway, B.D.
Anyways.
Wong, fucking gift from God.
Yes.
And he's got the voice just down, like it's perfect.
Everything
The
he
look
does,
and
he's
everything.
great. But then you see him as Hugo Strange, and you're like, you hear that casting at first, and you're like,
I was like, what?
B.D.
Yeah.
Wong is Hugo Strange? Like, oh, on Oz.
Yeah.
On Oz, he was the priest.
Yeah.
That's what
that show.
That's what I know him best from.
Oz is like
And I'm like,
so fucking
how
No,
is
that show
Oz
is
is
so
phenomenal. But like, how is the priest from Oz going to be Hugo Strange? And then you see him and you're like, he's fucking crazy.
Yes.
He's amazing. Yeah.
He's
So I love the
Right.
Gotham is my pick. Not for like, just for every single week that it's on, giving me the most fun of any TV show that comes
I
on.
look forward to it. I love that show. And I'm sad that's ending.
Well, you know what though?
I'm sad, but I feel like it's gonna go out
Like,
just as fucking
I-
crazy.
I-
It's
What
never-
are
it's never
Yeah,
gonna
I
have,
know.
like,
It's going out.
I know.
yeah.
like,
Fucking
and like
bonkers.
I
It's
haven't
not gonna have that
full
slump.
disclosure. I haven't watched any episode one of Gotham, but like I almost like wish things just don't overstay their welcome.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
I have,
Yeah.
I am like the only person
Yeah.
I know who like fully maintains. I am like so happy that Firefly,
No, you're
Didn't
not
stick
the
around.
only person you know. I agree with you
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
like
One season, one movie, and it's perfect.
yeah, like because like here's the thing is because you can like go back and think about that season and that movie and like your imagination can continue the story and it'll be entertaining to you
Or you can read the comics.
or not.
I've
Or
tried.
not.
I'm not a fan.
I've tried.
Yeah.
I have one of the graphic novels. It's
But,
not-
like,
There's actual
But
novels
like
coming out,
the point is like not everything has to be explained ad infinitum and like honestly that's kind of like my problem with a lot of like Star Wars shit is like there's just too much of it at this point.
I completely agree. Like, I think there's like, especially you can give something way too much backstory
Yeah.
and fuck it all up. That's why I don't like Rob Zombie's Halloween. Like, I don't like things having too much backstory,
Well,
especially
like-
after they are established in the
Right.
world, and then you go back
Well, like,
and try to get
the-
some backstory. It's
the thing
Don't
about
add to it.
the thing
Yeah,
about
you can
Rob
over-explain
Zombie
shit
is
in
that
there.
it's
I don't
like
need Golden
it's a
State
Halloween
having a
fanboy
power.
No,
going back
no.
and making Halloween movies, and like he's just you can tell, and like I respect this on a certain level, not as like an exercise in filmmaking, but like I respect like where he says like, wouldn't it be cool if like we knew all this shit about Michael Myers and like what his motivations and like backstory,
No.
and
No,
like,
it wouldn't be.
and it's
It's
like
cooler if you
it's
don't know.
it's cooler to like speculate
But
about
see-
that in the abstract, but it's not cool to make it a concrete thing.
I look at that
I think it
as a
takes away a
completely
lot.
separate thing.
Yeah, but you
I
like
enjoy-
things.
I enjoy the original
burn.
Halloween movies as a completely separate.
Needless
Like
Things, if you will.
Rob Zombie's Halloween is not meant to be part of John Carpenter's Halloween.
Unlike 2018 Halloween,
It's-
which ruled.
Yeah,
And
which
that was on my
awesome.
list.
Yeah, it was on my
I
list.
haven't. I still haven't seen it yet. But I
It's
really want to.
incredible.
It's bad.
Jamie Lee
It's-
Curtis is my favorite person.
Yeah, no, like to me,
fucking
like Rob
amazing.
Zombie's movies aren't canon. Unlike
No, they're not. Well,
Vin-
but,
and like
but it's
Vincent
not to
D'Onofrio-
you. It's to Rob Zombie, they're not
but
canon.
it's not even that they're not canon.
Unlike Vincent D'Onofrio's portrayal of Thor in Adventures in Baby Sing, which is definitely canon.
Just stop.
I think you can't pretend like it doesn't exist once you've seen it. You can't say, well, it's not canon, but it's in my head now.
But in the universe that he created, I think it takes away from the lore that he's trying to, like if we're saying he's not canon, he made his own movie, yada, yada, yada. Like, he's still watered down his own villain by making that backstory. I don't, Michael Myers and The Shape is scary because there's no reason why he's evil. He is just evil.
Yeah.
We've got a million villains out there that had a fucked up childhood and got bullied and beat up and yada, 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 and this is what they did, and they're sympathetic, and that's cool, but Michael Myers is just different.
He's the fucking boogeyman.
Well, this is a completely different episode that we're obviously going to have to do in the future to hash this out.
Next October.
But we're going to take a break right now to hear from our friends at Theme Park Alchemy, because I'm sure they're going to send me a spot
I heard
to put into this episode.
ASAP.
They're all right.
We should probably get that spot.
As people, they're fine, but as far as people that make good smells, they're fucking great. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a minute. We got candles, all right. It's hard to say. I didn't want to make a list of what's your favorite comic book, what's your favorite book, what's your favorite radio show, what's your favorite shoe, because everybody has different. We're starting to get to a point.
BTW, which are
we're starting to get to a point where
they're made out of wool.
Movies and TV are very easy to qualify, but then we break down into other things. So now I want to talk about one kind of personal pick, whatever it is, comic book, album, whatever the case may be. Even talking about music, I bought 2 albums last year. I
looked at that. I was like, oh wait, I'm old. I don't get new music anymore.
Right. I have a Spotify account.
Yeah,
which I mostly use to
mine
listen.
is packed with music from the 90s, though.
Yeah, no, I mostly use it to listen to old rap while I work out on my rowing machine.
I think I bought one album that came out in 2018. So it's a tough thing.
Was it Ghost?
Yeah, it was Ghost.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think there's at least 3 of us, maybe 4.
It was Prickly.
Yes, exactly.
I did not buy the Ghost album.
And it's fantastic. And if I had to pick a favorite album, that would be it. I'm sorry, Return to Planet Wolfton was fucking incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But
I understand.
Prickly.
Yeah.
I listened to it a lot.
I also just recently, complete side note, I was Googling us, and I found somebody selling Return to Wolfton from Australia for $30. I was like,
nice!
Yeah.
Nice!
Cool.
Well done.
No, just some asshole selling our shit.
So we're going to go around now and just any favorite thing of 2018 that you feel is noteworthy. We're going to start with Sean.
So the number one non-movie TV show thing that I immediately thought of is Power Rangers Shattered Grid.
Oh, okay. I've been reading a lot about that. It's not my thing, obviously,
right?
But it's almost if you're into nerd media, it's inescapable.
What it is the best I can figure from reading about it. It's kids, comic book writers today, but they grew up on Power Rangers. Said, you know what? The coolest Power Ranger story to date, in spite of Jason David Frank as a person, is still the Green with Evil saga, where they introduced the Green Ranger. He originally worked for. Rita created him. He was sent to infiltrate. And it was oh shit, the Power Rangers fighting one of their own. When that came out,
it was the most exciting thing I ever saw on TV when I was 7.
Yeah, and it was for me, and I was in college. But I was really into it.
Sean's old,
and
Sean's not old. Ryan's young.
Ryan is the target demographic. Yeah. For Power
I was supposed to be into it.
Right. Okay. I was far outside.
Your development was just stunted.
Yes. I just love kaiju.
All of us.
Yeah, that's true. This is a room full of Arrested Development.
I don't know. My dad's like pretty nerdy and into stuff like that, but he'd watch Power Rangers and be like, "This is fucking dumb." Like, he'd be like, "This doesn't make any sense." Like, he'd try to get into stuff with me, and a lot of stuff he would, but that was like one thing he's like, "No."
That's kind of how I am with my son. It's like, you know, we watch a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah.
But every once in a while there'll be something where it's just like, I
can't
do this. Sorry. Have fun, son.
When I lived with my nephew for like a couple months, like he would watch like YouTube videos, and I'm just like, what the fuck? What is Smosh? What am I watching?
YouTube.
Why is this happening?
Why is this a thing?
YouTube is the worst.
And
that's all the kids.
Here's the thing: is like I understand it because like there are things that I watch. Like I watch like high-end PC build YouTube videos and like tech reviews of phones.
But that makes sense.
And well, it makes sense to me because I'm an old piece of shit. But like. Whatever, like, I understand, like, I'm not the target demographic. It's fine. Like, I got over it, and it's not bugging me anymore. But, like, yeah, like, I'm just, like, dumb shit, like, to me, dumb shit, like, Smosh, I'm just, like, I don't get it.
I don't know.
Watching videos of watching someone play a video game.
That drives me crazy.
Yeah. Well, like...
Play the goddamn game.
But that's what they watch, man.
Sometimes I will watch, like, when, like, a new, like, league goes live on Path of Exile or season on Diablo 3. I'll watch some of my favorite streamers while I'm working and can't be playing.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have it open in, like, a browser tab. But, like...
I do not have favorite streamers.
Hey, you know what? Like, maybe your commitment to nerddom is not as, like... as intense as mine. Mr. has a basement full of toys.
It's just in different areas.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, so
Shattered Grid.
Oh yeah,
that's fine. I
want to read this. It sounds really
so the writers basically said, well, Green with Evil was awesome. Kids loved it. What if we did a more serious version and cranked it to 11? So they took, it's Crisis on Infinite Earths mashed into Power Rangers is basically what they did. So there's an alternate Earth where Tommy never comes back.
Tommy's the Green Ranger.
He's the Green Ranger.
He never became good.
He never became good. And just goes up a whole other level and becomes a new character named Lord Draken. And it's
because Lord is like the ultimate expression of evil in Power Rangers.
Exactly. So he ends up taking over the world, and then decides he's going to take over all the alternate universes as well. And so then it becomes the Shattered Grid. It's like Crisis on Infinite Earths. I said Infinite Crisis before. I mean Crisis on Infinite Earths. And so Power Rangers from all these different universes and all these different types of Power Rangers from all the 25 years of Power Rangers we've had all start kind of merging and combining and fighting together, and they ended up telling a really compelling and interesting story.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, and it's a really well-written read. Like, it's a good read. You can pick it up even as an adult that just likes comics and be like, this is actually this is a really interesting story. And they treated the subject matter like, let's treat this as not some weird-ass kid show. There are, there's a few different titles, and Go-Go Power Rangers is a little more leans towards.
Well, it's Boom, right?
It's Boom, yeah.
And they're really good about. We recognize that people have been fans of this for 20 years, and they want this level of entertainment. But we also recognize that they're young fans that want this level of entertainment because they have a lot of licensed stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And they seem to be pretty good about knowing how to appeal.
Go-Go Power Rangers as a title will appeal more to a younger audience, where Mighty Morphin is going to appeal more towards the audience that grew up with the show and has now been into it for 25 years. They introduced some really interesting new characters. Lord Draken is amazing. I bought a membership to Power Morphicon that I did not attend.
Oh shit!
Specifically because that meant I could get it, if I bought it at the right level, I could get a Lord Draken figure.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, well, the fucker's going to be a few $100 on eBay afterwards anyway.
As nerds, we're all familiar with that convention exclusive, whether it's G.I. Joe or Masters of the Universe or whatever.
So I bought, they sold a non-attendee ticket to the event.
Right.
And I was like,
He's like, we know you're not showing up, but you're buying the figure for like $150.
You really want this fucking
whatever?
toy. So
Right,
I was
right,
like,
right.
all right, that's fine. So I got the toy, and I ended up getting an autograph from a Blue Ranger that I have no idea who the dude is because it's from like a more recent season.
And if you don't know who he is, then he's pretty obscure.
No, it's not. He's not from the original cast.
It's
He's just current, and I have no idea who these guys are in the current cast. But I was like,
maybe he'll like your pictures on Instagram.
Yeah, because I like the second Red Ranger.
Oh boy.
That guy.
You heard about that, right?
No.
We met, so we're at Days of the Dead, and like, we were talking and stuff, and he's like, man, I'm pretty excited, like, the guy who played Rocky on the Power Rangers is going to be here. He's like the second Red Ranger.
Yeah, not as cool as Austin St. John.
And he's like, this guy, like, he likes my stuff on Instagram and stuff, I like his, and he's like, it's kind of like we have like this, we talk.
I was like, it's cool. Like, he likes
cool,
my
like,
shit.
we're buddies, like, it's Rocky, So, I'm like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. Let's go meet him. And we, like, walk over to his table.
There's nobody there.
It's a fucking horror convention.
Which happens a lot at Days of the Dead.
Yeah.
Also, it's a damn horror
It's a horror
convention
convention.
with one Power Ranger next to the fucking Candyman. And, like,
So he didn't have any other, like, horror cred.
No,
he was just the Red Ranger.
Just
from Power Rangers the movie.
Was this last year?
He's the second
2 years ago.
And he's the second Red Ranger.
Sure.
He's the one that's in Power Rangers the movie with Ivan Ooze.
Yikes.
He's the Red Ranger that wasn't the leader.
Yeah.
So
we go to...
There were no leaders in that movie.
Oh, God. Especially not the director. Like, that movie sucked. But anyways... So
everyone failed us in that movie.
Yeah.
You have failed this city.
Yeah.
So we go to meet this guy, and I'm like, that's cool. Like, he probably fucking knows who Sean is,
Right. I'm the fucking Rad Ranger.
Yeah, he's the Rad Ranger.
Sure.
So we're talking to him or whatever, and he's like, oh, and he's just trying to upsell us on everything. He's like, yeah, I'll just take this. And I think you bought something you already had. But you're like, sign this figure.
Oh, yeah, because I got him to sign Power Rangers the movie figure.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll have a signed one.
Yeah, but long story short, he's like, ooh, you can buy the helmet for $900 or whatever.
I'm like, I got a helmet, I'm fine.
And then he's like, Sean's like, yeah, you actually like a lot of my stuff on Instagram. And he's like, yeah, sometimes I do that just randomly. I'll search Red Ranger. And he's like,
oh my God.
Yeah, and he's like, I just do that to make fans feel better. And stuff. Like, straight up.
Yeah, he straight up admits he vanity searches the Red Ranger hashtag and will like things at random to make
fans feel better. He said that to our faces. I was like, you're a douche.
You don't know how this works, do you?
Right.
Yeah.
The worst kind of
And it ran to my ass because he's liked like 5 or 6 different... Anything I posted about Red Ranger, he had liked.
Sean, you're probably like 75% responsible for the Red Ranger hashtag on Instagram.
I should be. Fuck.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah, moving from the Red Ranger.
But I will say, I'm very up on comic book sites.
Yeah.
Like, I know what's going on with comics now because I write a fucking post about them every month. And that Shattered Grid has got a lot of acclaim. Like, not just from Power Rangers fans, but from just comic book people in general.
Certain issues there's a couple.
If there's not, there will be.
There will be soon of the full trade that's all just Shattered Grid.
Oh, they'll sell it as an omnibus, and it'll be hardcover, and it'll be like $150.
Well, in Volume 1, the Volume 1 of all of the issues leading up to Shattered Grid is completely sold out. You can't get it anywhere.
They'll reprint.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Who knows what
I already talked to Jamie at Infinite Reality. Like, as soon as that one comes out, just grab it for me. And they had some polybagged random issues that would come like Red Ranger with a cracked helmet, Green Ranger, and all the different Rangers. And I've collected 3 of the Red Ranger version. Because I gotta have it, and they're all marked up. They've all tripled.
That's what we do.
Price.
That's what we do.
I spent money on.
I've done it. Too.
Battle Cougar, Nicole. What was your favorite television / streaming / I'm trying to know this is your personal thing.
Yeah,
I've lost track in all the Power Ranger-ness.
You got stuck in the Shattered Grid.
I went with, making it all about me.
Nothing wrong with that.
Because we can't have the same thing.
Yes, because we can't have the same thing. So my number one favorite thing of the year is not what I'm going to talk about. But my other favorite thing of the year is that 2018 was the year that my podcast was born. January 29th, I think it was, we had the first episode of Caught Dead Watching, which was the Barn of the Blood Llama episode, which is still apparently everyone's favorite, and
it's hard to top the Barn of the Blood
communicate
Llama.
with Gibby
Sure.
from Barn of the Blood Llama on a semi-regular basis. I wanted to do my own podcast for a very long time. Have always really dug guesting and showing up on yours and stuff, and it's so much fun. Movies, particularly bad movies, particularly horror movies, are such a driving obsession in my life. Through my friendship with Nathan and stuff like that, when it finally came together. And we've been kind of on a hiatus the last couple months of the year because it's been fucking insane. But we will be back actually at Days of the Dead with a live, the first, and this is a big announcement, but I guess this will come out after I officially announce it. The first ever live recorded episode of Caught Dead Watching in front of a live studio audience at Days of the Dead.
Awesome.
It's going to be on Friday night. I can't remember what time, but maybe 8-ish.
Look, if anybody's going to Days of the Dead, they're going to keep up with the schedule.
Yeah.
They're going to know what's up.
So,
Sure, Days of the Dead will post about it a lot.
I'm sure they'll advertise it very well. But we've been running a poll about trauma movies, and the winner it's going to be Kabuki Man. So we're gonna do a live Kabuki Man episode.
I win.
And I might show up in my Foxy Toxie costume if time allows.
You think you should, but here's the thing. I did not vote for Sergeant Kabuki Man.
I did.
Just because one of the Needless Commentary team dressed up as Sergeant Kabuki Man is not going to sway my fucking vote. However, if Sergeant Kabuki Man wins, I feel like there's an obligation there for you to show up as Sergeant Kabuki Man,
and I will. And it won't take much. You just be like, you should do that. I'm like, I already got it.
In the car.
Here's the thing.
It actually still is in the car, I think.
I'm going to make this call right now. Here's what happens. Is Ryan shows up in a black t-shirt representing a horror movie or a heavy metal band. Some black jeans.
Yes.
And then, the Sergeant Kabuki Man face paint, and that's it.
You're pretty good.
This is my call.
Yeah.
That's the call I'm going to make.
I'll probably forget my costume. Oh, shit.
I'm a Citizen Toxie girl. Citizen Toxie was my choice to enter into the poll, and it's the one that I voted for. Nathan's was Trauma's War. Neither one of us won. Old shitface over here, the love of my life, put in Kabuki Man, and it is killing. But I love it. I mean, I fucking love it.
I wasn't going to go on Friday, but I think I might have to now.
It's going to be either really fucking awesome or it's going to be a giant shit show.
No,
Either way, it's going to
both.
be fun as fuck.
It's going to be both.
Yeah.
Because that's Days of the Dead.
I just have to find that perfect level of drunkenness so, I can be really entertaining, but not, chokeslam anybody into a table.
Can I recommend you not do security for that panel?
I'm going to do security. I'm going to get fucked. I'm going to start karate kicking people.
One time you chokeslam a random dude into a table, you never ever fucking live it down.
In your defense, he asked to be chokeslammed.
That's true. He was asking for it.
He begged me to chokeslam.
Did you see the way he was dressed?
Which should have been your first clue that anyone who wants me to choke slam them that much, I shouldn't choke slam them because they're getting something out of this that I'm not.
And less drunk me would have been, and it's Oz's fault because he fed me rum out of an enema bag.
That guy
That's where it went downhill.
Yes.
And you were you there later in the elevator?
I don't know because I don't remember anything.
Yeah, no, it was.
It was ugly.
There were things said. God, poor Oz.
It was good times. It's okay. Yeah. All right, Ryan, what was your personal off-the-rails pick for 2018?
This has been a really, really awesome year. I have barely any complaints. But the highlight was Savannah Vampires Ball. Not only was it an awesome show, not only was it a sold-out show, badass March Con event, but
you wore a frilly shirt,
and I got to wear my frilly shirt. But most importantly, I proposed to Nicole, and she said yes. And,
I was surprised. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I thought for well, we had a backup plan.
It involved curb stomping me, I think.
Jury was out.
Yeah,
we weren't sure how that story was going to end up.
Cliff looked at me dead serious before we started the set, and he's like, what if she says no? And like, Derek, I think it was Derek, he's like, we're just going to stomp her out on the stage. And I was like, all right. You know what? I got y'all's back. Y'all got my back. But she said yes, it's all good. Yes. And everybody bought us free drinks after. It was rad.
Yeah,
well, there you go.
It was amazing.
They weren't free.
They were free for them, which is all that matters.
Like this, and drinks appeared in it.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite things I've ever seen in my life. I'm so glad.
I'm so glad you guys are there.
Yeah. And the thing was, like, seeing the proposal was magical. Like, because you don't see that kind of thing very often, especially not from some of your best friends. Like, it was amazing. But beyond that, that was a fucking phenomenal Casket Creature set.
Yeah.
Like, and the fact that you guys managed to still put on a great show, knowing that was going to happen too.
It was definitely on all our minds.
That's some top-notch showmanship right there. The fact that you were, like, even if that proposal hadn't happened, that still would have been a badass show. Is tremendous.
Thank you.
So you guys, I mean, that's some real professional.
Well, like every time I've seen, I wasn't there for that show, but like every time I've seen,
it was in Savannah. It's kind of a drive.
Yeah, no, like it's more than like 3 miles from my house. I'm probably not gonna make it. But like every time I've seen the Casket Creatures, they put on like a fucking phenomenal, like well structured show. And
we try to at least be damn consistent, but that one was like very. I don't say stressful, but it was like it was on everyone's mind.
Well, it was a different, weird setting too.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody knew us.
It wasn't like a concert venue. It was something where you had to adapt to a different stage, a different setting. Like it was a different deal. And granted, it was awesome because Mark Sturcon puts on
and they had a phenomenal sound guy.
Awesome.
But it was something that, like, on top of knowing that proposal was coming in the middle of the show, that you guys had to sort of deal with, like, we have this kind of weird stage and we're in this different room.
Unfamiliar setting.
Yeah. I mean, we're playing in a distillery. It was odd, but it was very cool. And the fact that you guys came was great. And it was just awesome. I loved it. The whole weekend was great.
It was pretty much like the best night of my life. It was awesome. And
that's one of my favorite
I actually had no idea that it was coming. We had talked about it.
That's the crazy part, though, because we all did.
I know. People I didn't even know came up and were like, I knew it was coming. I'm like, who are you? What?
I was very concerned that Mrs. Troublemaker at some point would kind of
let it slip.
Did you endeavor to keep her from getting too drunk beforehand so she wouldn't let it slip?
That's a pretty much pointless endeavor. So.
No, I know that was that was a rhetorical question.
Afterwards, I put some stuff together, and I was like, "Oh, duh!" Like I should have seen that, But like at the time, I had no idea. And actually, he pulled me up at the end of Hexed. Pulled me up on stage. And I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like He's never
she was trying to she was trying to be like, no, like I don't want to.
Yeah, for the listeners, it's not like Ryan croons to the ladies at any point during the set. It's not that kind of show.
I always stand in the middle, in the front row in the middle of the stage, and I have fun and I sing along and I blah blah blah.
She very much did not want to be on stage.
Get on stage.
What's happening?
And he was pulling on my hand. I'm like, what are you doing? And I was like, quit it. And he's like, and he's put his arm down and was picking me up.
He's like, motherfucker, get up here.
Yeah. You're gonna want to be here for this.
And I was like, and I felt really uncomfortable. Like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm like, I'm up here. Everybody's looking at me. This is weird. And then that happened. It was awesome, and I cried. It was amazing.
So that's mine. Yeah. And that's pretty fucked up. You didn't pick the same thing, but that's good.
I mean, whatever.
It was a close second.
My podcast was more important.
It was a close second. Burn. I'm going to go ahead and throw mine out there, and I actually brought it with me because I want, those of you that are sitting here with me, I want you to see this thing.
It's a textbook.
It's massive.
Well, it's awesome.
Is that
you
the
say
Beastie
that.
Boys book?
It is the Beastie Boys book.
I wanted to get that.
And it's funny that you say textbook because
It's huge, Jesus.
as
It
I
is,
was
like you could fucking brain something.
as
with
I
that.
was going through this thing, you know how
Moxie,
when you were in
what?
school, you're like, man, this textbook format would be really great if it was about something I gave a shit about.
Yeah.
That's
got, like, Post-it
kind of what this is, and I do. You're absolutely right, Beth. I've got Post-it notes in this thing about a lot of the music that they talk about, some of the stuff that I'm going to have to look up and track down, a lot of the samples that they used. This is written by Mike D and
Ad Rock?
King Ad Rock, and it's very much in their voices.
R.I.P. MCA.
And yeah, absolutely R.I.P. MCA. But it goes from their early New York roots, starting out as young punks, through the formation of their punk band,
Cookie Puss.
and all the way up through Hot Sauce Committee Part 2. It's one of the best things I've ever read in my life, because I love the Beastie Boys. I mean,
Me too.
we all grew up with them.
Yeah.
But this book is like nothing else I've ever read. It's like no biography I've ever read. It's like no... it's incredible. It's all from their point of view. They talk about MCA and how he was the guy that really motivated them, that really came up with all the creative stuff that they did. It's incredible, and it's the cover price is $50. It's worth every bit of that $50, but I mean you can get it. You know how Amazon works.
Oh, Amazon's always cheaper.
But I devoured this thing. I read it in just a few days, and every bit of it. There's a whole section of color pictures from a well-known fashion photographer in New York where he's critiquing the Beastie Boys' looks through the years. There's a section of recipes. There is a section where they talk just about the tour with Madonna, which we've all heard about them chasing Madonna off stage with water guns, but they give the full story and how they were all from the same area. They all went to the same clubs in New York before they got big, and they knew who each other were, and she wanted them on that tour, and there was in no way was she upset by what they were doing. She actually fought to keep them on that tour because they were so interesting. But they were only playing 3 songs because at the time all they had was Beastie Revolution, Cookie Puss, and then some bullshit where they just got on the microphones.
Yeah.
It's incredible, and if you're a fan in any way of the Beastie Boys, this is a must-own book. And from what I understand, the audio version is worth having on top of this because Mike D and Ad Rock read some of their parts, but they also have like Snoop Dogg and all kinds of crazy like guests.
I've heard
a
a couple audio snippets with some guests on shows. It's something that I'm going to buy at some point for sure.
It's absolutely incredible. It's one of my favorite things I've ever bought. But as far as like 2018 stuff goes, like this is top of the heap. Incredible. I don't know if you guys can check it out if you want to, but it made me cry. It made me laugh. It is the peak of nostalgia, but it's also the peak of historical recollection, and just, this is my life. I mean, it is absolutely a huge part of my life.
No, for sure. Like, it's from young adolescence, puberty onward, for me, too.
I mean, 1987, that's the year that they hit. And they talk a lot about the image of License to Ill and how that almost sent them off track of having to, like, to them, that was almost a parody album.
Yeah, no,
of
like
being meathead jackasses.
It was very much
life.
tongue in cheek.
Yeah, but then it got taken seriously.
So they're just like, okay, I guess this is what we do.
Yeah, they went along with it, and then that's why Paul's Boutique was such a crazy departure. But anyway, Beastie Boys book, which another thing I learned is they're not the Beastie Boys. They're Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
That's how, and it was weird to kind of adjust to that over the course of the book. But anyway, it's fantastic. Anybody who's a fan in any way should check it out. You're going to shed tears over the MCA stories, over the Nathaniel Hornblower stories. But it's fantastic. Arian, do you have a 2018?
I have two, and they'll be brief. One was seeing the legendary Dale Jepson and the Nighthawks.
Oh,
and,
my God.
The Dixie Tavern and Scurrietta.
I don't like. That was one of my least favorite things. Was how he treated Maybelle. That was fucked up.
Yeah, it was kind of fucked up.
Mostly followed up by the performance of "Don't Want to Miss a Thing."
Well, and that's the thing is, I feel like that there was kind of some closure to it at the end.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but it was big on social media.
Yeah.
I went for a little while, but then I left.
TMZ picked it up.
Yeah.
I understand.
And like one of my favorite memories of that night is seeing Monica Moniker, the better half of the Rad Ranger over there.
Far better half.
Way better half.
Basically whip the shit out of some idiot who thought he could like flop around and mosh around people who were not into that sort of nonsense.
Well, he wasn't even just moshing. He was like throwing.
He was like pretend moshing to like start fights.
Almost purposely running into all of the women in the front row.
Yeah.
At which point, Jen took the poster board that she was holding,
and
rolled it up, and proceeded to chase it across the bar, beating his head with it.
And then, like, shortly after that, security woke up and was like, "Oh, maybe you shouldn't be here, shithead." Yeah. Not to Monica Moniker, obviously, but to said shithead. My second favorite thing, watching shit is fun, but like I am like on the record is I like active forms of entertainment way more than I like passive forms of just sitting around and watching things, which is why video games are such a big part of my life. And I'm old and lame, and some of the things that I grew up with were like old Japanese role-playing games, like Final Fantasies, early Dragon Quest / Warriors. Over the summer, I put in probably like 75 or 80 hours into a game on the Nintendo Switch called Octopath Traveler.
Oh my God, I love that game. Why didn't we say that was our favorite of the year? God damn it.
And then, like, in the fall and winter, I put in like 120, 140 hours into Dragon Quest XI on the PS4. And, like, both of those were, like, total great nostalgia bombs, where if you're, like, an old motherfucker like me, and you, like, menu-based Japanese role-playing games where you get to take your time and figure out what you want to do. There's no active time thing going on. Like, and those things are fine and they're fun in modern games and like they have their place. But at the same time, like it's just fun to like have some kind of like throwback nostalgia shit that like tickles your like nerd prostate where it wants to be tickled, and that worked for me. So if you're like me and you like that shit, check out Octopath Traveler and Dragon Quest XI. So there you go.
Now I want to go home and stay up all night and play Octopath.
It's so addicting. It's not a two-player game, but we just sit there and play.
Well, no, you like that's the thing that's great about those games is because you get to take your time. You can be like, hey,
what if we tried doing this?
Like co-pilot, what do you think I should do here?
Yeah.
Which way should I go in this dungeon?
We very much take turns like driving and co-piloting.
What strategy should we pursue in this? And the cool thing about Octopath Travel and Dragon Quest XI is the same way. If you haven't played it, you get more party members than you can fit in at any one given time. So you can be like, what would our like strategy change to be like if we switched out our party composition in this way?
Yeah, and so much of it was like, deciding who your party was going to be, and then how you were going to develop.
Yeah, and like what skills and shit you were going to pursue.
What jobs they were going to have. Like this job is going to go with this job to make like this awesome ass killer character. Yeah, I love it.
No, it was great.
We're playing that again.
And it's like those games for like. I sunk like a lot of like if I wasn't working and like just doing general boring life shit, like going to the store and working out and being adulting, as the kids say in 2018/2019, like over summer, fall, and winter, I was playing those games, and like it was a very enjoyable way to spend my time. So there you go.
Beth, what about you? What is your 2018 personal recommendation?
Personal favorite thing?
Yes.
Okay, don't yell at me until you hear me out.
Okay.
Oof, this is
Okay, don't beat me with the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, don't hit her
novel.
with the Beastie Boys book. That'd be manslaughter.
Yeah.
That thing's like $50.
Yeah.
Don't fuck up my book.
And at least like £5.
There would get so much blood on there, he'd never get it
I
all
would be
off.
upset.
Yeah.
He'd need a new book.
I don't know about two.
So the box office failure of Solo actually made me very happy. Not because it wasn't a good movie. It was a good movie. But I really needed Disney to slow their roll on the movies. And Solo made them do that. So it wasn't that it was a bad movie. I enjoyed it very much when I finally saw it. The trailers did not make me want to go see it in the theater.
The trailers
I'm
were,
with you on that.
the trailers were
not
shitty.
The trailers were bad. It was bad marketing. It wasn't a bad movie.
No,
But
Well, and releasing it just a few months after Last Jedi was dumb.
They
I
should-
still feel like
They should have
held
released
on
it
to
in November.
and
December.
that's why I wanted
Yeah.
them to slow their roll.
yeah.
Because it was getting to be way too much. And then they were talking about the next movie, and the next movie, and the next movie, and the next movie, and the next movie.
Here's the thing. I don't know where I land on this, but we get 3 Marvel movies a year, and those take place on Earth in a very limited range of environment and characters.
But
why can't
here's
we
why-
have
here's-
as many Star Wars
here's
movies?
why it works better for Marvel movies, in my opinion, is that even though it's all set on the same planet and the same general whatever.
Well, mostly. I guess Infinity War.
Sure.
Well, no
But-
shit. They're not all the same planet. That was a dumb
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
And
They're totally
everywhere.
not.
And Thor.
I'm
I mean, like,
absolutely wrong.
60% of them are set on Earth.
Yes.
The reason why the Marvel movies work that way and like the Star Wars movies don't is that the Marvel movies, like, it's like a wildly different tone from like movie to movie. In my opinion, anyway.
But see, I would argue that the Star Wars movies are widely. Because if you look at Rogue One and if you look at Solo, those movies are tonally very different.
So they
Rogue
are.
One, to me, is
They
a totally
are.
different animal.
But
Yeah.
but they didn't start being tonally different until like after the 7th iteration of that series. The Marvel movies started being different from like the get go.
I
Like
think
you went from Iron Man to Hulk to Thor.
But that's the thing is the Star Wars movies can be different.
They can
we
be.
could
But they're
get
not doing
They
that by
can,
giving us
they
Solo.
can be,
I
but
mean, honestly.
That's
you're
the
not
problem,
they're
though,
not
is
used
we're not
to
doing that.
you're not used to them being different, and you're like nerds are like for all like the thing of like nerds are like, oh, we're open minded and we're like accepting, like we're creatures of habit and we want like familiar things that make us feel like nostalgia and whatever, especially with Star Wars.
It's like not what I want. Like I don't want familiar things with Star Wars. Like I want to see new
And that-
sides of the
that was
galaxy,
my problem.
Right.
brand new characters, and brand new shit I've never seen before. And like I'm not.
I want both though.
I think
Yeah.
we're getting there. Like the fucking everything I hear about the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
So
I can't
hopeful.
wait. Yeah.
But like, I think there's a large contingent of Star Wars fans who just want like formulaic Star Wars storytelling, and
Well, I guess not, because I mean, Solo didn't do as hot, and that was like the most. You know,
I think there are a lot of factors
it was
to
in-
Solo
yeah.
not
Over
being
there.
as successful as it should have been, and I don't think like there are a lot of people who want to point to one thing, and there is no one thing.
no.
Like,
It's
yeah.
not just because the
There's a
Last
lot of
Jedi pissed
factors.
people
It's-
off. It's
no.
not just because people didn't like urban, bourbon as Han Solo, which I thought he did a great
I
job.
thought he did too.
No, like
Within the
that's
first
like
15 minutes of the movie, you're like, I don't give a shit that that's not Harrison Ford.
Right.
yeah, like that's the thing is like the trailers for that movie are so awful
Yes.
compared to like the actual like end experience. Like I saw that movie twice in the theaters, and like I don't see every movie twice, and like I don't see as many movies as like I feel like anybody else in this room, but like I felt compelled to see that movie twice because I enjoyed it. You know, RB, oh my god, or whatever his name is.
Urflin Bourbonworth.
Yeah, he was like a perfectly
Nailed it.
fucking entertaining Han Solo. Like he was a scoundrel and like a fucking charismatic dude.
And charming and fun.
Yeah, and like he was everything you'd want out of a Han Solo. Like, if you just stop and sit down and think about it and quit being like a butthurt nerd.
Yeah.
I have not seen Solo yet.
Oh my
Well,
god,
then
you're fired. You're fired!
This is all I have to say, right? So, and I will. And it's not like, I'm not going to watch that because fuck that shit. I just haven't had a chance.
Sure. It's been busy.
But Solo, to me, like, felt like, why do we need this movie? Like, why, again, backstory, like, why do we, like Ryan said, there's this huge, all of space universe that they could make up all kinds of side stories and be amazing, and, like, they give me, like, Han Solo's power. I just didn't need it.
My reasoning behind
it. And I'm sure it's great, and I've heard it's really good, and I will see it, and I'll probably love it.
Once you watch the movie,
I just don't see why, like, I had to have it in
to me, they were setting up a new
continuity
area of the
timeline.
Star Wars galaxy. Because when that movie ended, this is me personally, when that movie ended, I was like, holy fuck. I want to see what happens to this person and where this part of the story is going to go. I can't wait to see more of the type of thing that I just saw.
And now
that's different from other, and it is. Solo and Rogue One are both very, very different from the Star Wars side.
I love
They're very
I was so
different
excited
things.
that I got to see something that was a little bit familiar, but a completely different story and a totally standalone. I loved Rogue One so much.
I love Star Wars. I absolutely love Star Wars. I don't want Star Wars fatigue. And honestly, I was starting to get superhero fatigue a little bit at the beginning of last year. I didn't see Black Panther when it came out. I didn't see Ant-Man and Wasp when it came out. I've seen them all now.
Yeah.
And I saw, of course, Infinity War in the theater, but I don't want to get fatigue of anything because you've overexposed it and just shoved it down my throat.
I never want to get to the point where I'm like, another one already? Which, the closest I've come to that was Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah.
But once I saw that
it was
movie,
fantastic.
I was like, well, that was fucking great.
Yeah,
That was my
I
problem.
loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. And I was like, why didn't I see that?
I enjoyed the shit out
But
of it.
I see what you're saying, where it's kind of like, you get to a point where you're like, is it already time for another one of these?
Yeah.
But I think if Disney's released 4 movies now, Star Wars movies now?
Yeah.
Is that right? 3 of those 4 I really, really like. And I think are...
I'm 4 for 4.
But
that's
and the
another
thing is,
podcast.
even the fourth one, there are things about it that I like, but out of all the Star Wars movies that have ever been released, it's the one that I have no interest in watching again. I've seen it twice, and I'm good. That's The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
We assumed.
I was just baiting you to say it.
We remember.
Don't you bait me, you master baiter,
Hey,
you.
that you know me. I don't own hardly any.
I'll do that on my
I
own.
don't own hardly any pieces of physical media.
I know,
And
you
look at
own
this.
it. I know.
I've got the Blu-ray.
I know.
Shit.
All right, so Beth, so I can make a clear note here. What was your personal thing you liked?
Disney's
Failure. I think she
reevaluation.
liked failure.
Disney's reevaluation of
Solo's
the Star Wars franchise.
Yes, thank you.
Failure.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, Arian put it perfectly.
Disney's reevaluation of their plans for the Star Wars franchise.
Well, this is a perfect segue because we're very quickly going to talk about something in 2018 that did not make you happy, something you were displeased with, and we're going to start with Ryan on this one.
One of my favorite franchises that got me into horror and made me love horror so much was the Puppet Master franchise. I know it's ridiculous, but I loved it. I remember seeing the boxes and being like, oh my god, this toy's in it, and they got 6-shooter in this one. And I just had to have every Puppet Master movie. I would rent them constantly. I was really excited because the last 6 of them have been fucking terrible or something. So there's been a lot of bad ones.
Well, they've either been terrible, or they've used footage.
Or they're
from
just
all
the same old movie. They're like, you remember the first 3 movies that were good? We'll just show you
Here's
parts.
all the best parts of those.
Yeah.
It's a flashback episode.
Yeah,
There's one.
It's called Legacy of Puppets.
Yeah.
And it's literally just like
It's like 15 minutes of new footage.
yeah, and without even the puppets in it. It's just some people in a room and they're like,
Hey, you remember puppets?
Do you remember
It's
when
called
this,
Puppet Master, not
Remember
Puppet
that
Show.
time that puppet had a blowtorch for an arm?
and then
That
they
was
cut
really cool.
flashback. Yeah,
It's like if Chris Farley's character from the
Yes.
interview
Yeah,
segment
Dude.
made a movie.
You're more right than you know.
Yeah.
No, I know because I haven't seen that movie.
Puppets on the strings are called marinara.
I still, it's one franchise, and I'm sure everyone here has one where it's like, even if the franchise has gone to shit, when they release something new, you're like, well, I gotta have it.
Right,
Fuck,
right.
like, it's just my thing. I like it. So, I was really excited because it's like, finally, like, Full Moon's not doing the next Puppet Master. They're letting Fangoria do it. It's gonna be fucking rad because they actually probably give a shit, and Full Moon is just trying to sell toys and they don't give a shit. Like, that's it. You know, our little fucking models and shit. So, I was pretty excited about it and everything, and then I saw the movie, and I thought it was utterly fucking abysmal. It was one of the worst movies it was terrible. And Nicole, the whole time, she's like, it's not that bad, and I'm like, raising hell. I'm like, what have they done to the lore of Puppet Master?
The mythology is all fucked.
Completely disgraced Charles Band's majestic legacy.
I never thought
Andre
What about
Toulon.
continuity?
I never thought I'd hear that sentence in my life.
Andre
so thank you,
Toulon
Ryan.
wasn't a Nazi, he fought Nazis.
I did not hate it nearly as much as Ryan did.
And
I didn't. I actually enjoyed it.
But
Thomas
yeah,
Lennon,
thought
I
it was
guess.
fun.
Yeah.
Thomas Lennon?
Yeah.
Alright.
I liked when the guy got his head cut off and he pissed in his own face.
Yeah, Thomas Lennon was like not good in it. He wanted to get the fuck out of that movie.
I don't agree with that.
Really? The whole entire time he's just like, yeah, I guess these puppets are killing everyone. Alright, next scene. Like, it was just like, he
To
really
me-
was trying to just move the movie along.
I totally understand why someone would not like it.
Yeah.
Because it felt like one of those things where they're like, alright, we're going to take this corny franchise, which Puppet Master is a corny franchise. I love it. But it's a corny franchise.
You're right.
And we're going to do... And it wasn't even really a comedy, though. Like, it had...
I don't know what it was. It was
went
just random
over the top in places.
Like, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And I was like, who the fuck are these people? Oh, they died. Well, that's cool. They died in a cool way.
But that's, if you go back and watch the first Puppet Master, that's literally the whole movie is, who the fuck are these
But
people?
there's some
they're
sort
dead.
of, like, mystical underlying story that you're like, ooh, this is interesting.
Barely.
It's enough for me. Where I'm like, alright.
I am not one to accuse people of holding a franchise too dear.
And it's,
But
I
I
know.
think maybe...
I know. But I'm just saying, I like...
Now, have you watched it again?
Yeah, no, not the new one. I watched the old ones a lot.
Well, yeah. So
No, I haven't watched the
I've
new
got the
one
box
yet.
set.
I mean, I was pretty drunk when I watched it, so I might try it again. But
So were you angry drunk?
I was yelling at the
He became
TV.
angry.
So you were
halfway
hating-
through.
I was happy
You
drunk
hate
when I
watch
started
that
it.
movie.
Yeah.
Like, me and Derek and Nicole were like watching. I was like, I'm so excited. It's fucking Pub Mess. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really drunk. This is gonna be great. And halfway through, I was yelling at it, like throwing cans at my TV. I was like, fuck you.
On a scale of 1 to crawl, where do you put it?
Oh, fuck. Now, come on.
I don't even want to talk about that. That's just, I can't even, I don't know. Kroll's way worse, obviously, but it's worse than
it's hard to
everything.
get worse than crawl.
Yeah, Ryan was upset for a couple of days.
Yeah, I talked
Yeah.
to, I talked to you about it. Like,
Yeah.
I was
I need to talk to somebody.
I was like,
he was
fuck
he was
this
fucked
movie.
up, and like
I was shook.
I
as the
almost
kids
felt like
say.
I almost felt like you were upset with me for like not hating it as much as you
I was like,
did.
it's fucking.
Yeah,
I feel like there was some tension there.
yeah, like
Yeah.
You almost didn't get engaged.
yeah,
Right,
yeah, we
almost
didn't engage.
called it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like you felt like I wasn't in your corner because I didn't hate the movie as much as you did.
It's not a
I
good
was,
corner
I was
to
a
be in.
bad girlfriend.
That movie sucked.
Bad fiance.
All right, Nicole, what is a thing in 2018 that you were not pleased with?
So mine's random as fuck, but
That's what we're here for.
that movie, The Demon House with Zach Baggins. I fucking hate that guy. I fucking hated that movie. I mean, like, okay, so yeah, I know it's gonna all be a setup and everything, but it was such a bullshit, stupid. That guy is just the worst thing ever. He's the most unbelievable douchebag that I've ever seen.
I can't
who the fuck
even
gave him a
look at
television
him
show?
for 5 minutes.
I mean, like, yeah, I want to smash his face in. I just,
God, you're not wrong.
I just want to stab him in his fucking neck.
Yeah.
And, like, it was so bad. Like, it was basically just him doing the bullshit that he does on that stupid-ass show where he talks about things that you can't see or feel or whatever because it's on fucking film. And he's like, I just felt my hair stand up. No, you didn't. You're dumb. You know, and when he's like, I'm possessed, and I'm gonna fucking, like, and he's gonna, like, be threatening to the other guy, like, he's as threatening as, like, a wet piece of white toast. He's as entertaining as a wet piece of white toast. Like, I would rather gouge my eyeballs out with a rusty spoon than, like, spend 5 minutes with Zach Douchebaggins.
That is decisive.
And, like, this is another one. Like, Ryan's like, oh, this is fun, and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, no, this is fucking bullshit, and it's insulting.
Wait, what the
terrible.
fuck? Why did I just get thrown under the bus?
Ryan, do you know why?
No, because you didn't hate it nearly as much as
Do you know why you got thrown under the bus?
Because I just threw her under the bus.
No. I'm unfortunately, I'm completely on board with this because you sent me a message saying, dude, you've got to watch Demon House. And I was like, isn't that fucking idiot in that? And you were like, no, but it's like, yeah, he's an idiot, but it's so funny.
No, it
and
was
I was like,
terrible.
Alright,
it was me, Ryan, and
give it
Derek.
a shot.
And Ryan and Derek are like, yeah, and I'm like yelling at them. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? This is awful.
This isn't going to do the listeners any good. But I put this thing on and sat there for maybe 15 minutes like this.
Yeah. Well, that was me for 2 fucking hours. Only angrier.
And finally, I was like, I'm not watching this, and just turned it off.
I know it's bad, but he still cracks me up. I don't know.
There is
his faux hawk and his bucking up on ghosts. That's hilarious. He's like, fucking
it's
ghosts.
Really,
yeah,
it did not work for me. And maybe this is the generation gap.
I don't know. He's the dog, the bounty hunter of ghost hunting.
Well, and I hate Dog the Bounty Hunter.
That does not sell me.
Yeah, no, I am not. I'm not interested in watching that. No.
I hate that guy, and like the show is like it sucks ass, but every once in a while I'll laugh at it. But the movie to me had like no.
Oh no, it's a movie about a house that has like a gas leak, and all the people that live there hallucinate, and he's exploiting the fuck out of it. Like that's what it's about.
Yeah, and
they
like
proved that like the house has a fucking gas leak, and like
one woman just has a really poorly behaved child, and she's like, he's possessed.
Yeah. It was like watching.
Just a bad mother.
It was like watching one of the people from Jersey Shore talk about ghosts when they didn't know anything about ghosts.
Yeah, and also he has no.
So the ghost doesn't want to do laundry or work out with me. I don't know what the fuck.
Like he has no expression whatsoever. Like he's the most monotone, boring motherfucker I've ever seen. I have no. He must have like a rich uncle or something to like get
people like him. He's got a fucking museum.
Yeah, he's got a following.
A dildo.
Because people are stupid.
I mean people like dildos. People like
okay, I'm sorry. Like, but he has as much personality as your dildo has. Like,
hey, you know what? Like from the way you're describing him, I feel like that's an unfair explanation because dildos have practical applications.
Yeah, and he has
not.
not.
Seems like he has not.
Maybe this guy has not.
I have I've met more interesting dirty mops.
As long as you don't shit talk Mountain Monsters, we're good.
Mountain Monsters was fun. I
haven't tried that yet. Mainly because your recommendation for Mountain Monsters came after your recommendation for Demon
I can vouch for
Mountain Monsters. I can do bad, I can do silly and dumb. I can't do that shit face.
Rad Ranger, was there something in 2018 that you did not care for?
Well, I changed jobs twice again, so that's a fucking.
Oh wow,
thing.
we're getting real now.
It's probably like.
Should I light a candle?
Oh jeez.
Should I light a theme
That's
park
a good
alchemy
smelling
candle?
one.
Yeah, I don't even know that we make a scent strong enough for this.
We're gonna play
bullshit.
Sarah McLachlan.
Since I moved to Atlanta, I've had a few different jobs, but I'm in the tech industry, and it's not all that weird for that to kind of happen. And two of the places I worked at laid everybody off shortly after I left, so I was kind of leaving sinking ships.
Right.
But I actually had a job that legitimately, after 3 months, was so fucking bad. I was like, I'm out. I'm just gone. I'm just leaving.
Peace, y'all.
And it was such an agreed upon situation that sucked that when I turned in my 2 weeks notice, they said, well, you can be done today. And I was like, perfect. So I have technically been on vacation for the last 3 weeks.
On vacation.
On vacation.
Yeah.
Because I did get paid through the end of the year, so that worked.
That's good.
But I didn't have to work for those 2 weeks.
It's pretty solid.
So I was like, fuck it, I'll take it.
Best of all worlds.
Yeah, the bills are now stacking up because I haven't been. I won't receive my next paycheck until February, which makes January fun. Savings account, kids, you should have one.
A what now?
You're right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're speaking a foreign language to the millennials.
We're
they don't
Gen
know
Xers.
what.
I think
Yeah,
that's
Gen
a Gen X
Xers.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think millennials spend money. Don't they just
No.
buy like sage and
experience.
They're too busy.
Pumpkin spice.
They're too busy eating each other's asses to make money to spend on anything. So.
Right. They just have
Is that how they
experience.
make
Why am
money?
I not in that
Yeah,
generation?
exactly.
That sounds rad. Great.
I clearly
I
was
want to
born
grow
like-
in the ass-eating generation.
Yeah, I want to be in the rim job generation.
This is the future the millennials
I'm in
want.
the
Dave.
40 years old and still don't have
Rim
like
jobs and
$17.
complacency. That sounds like my home.
Generation
I want
Brown
to live there. So job
Yeah, so
shit.
just job bullshit.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's all turning out for the best, and I'll talk about some of it on my what I'm looking forward to in 2019.
Nice.
But
Okay.
that's the overriding.
Yeah.
2018 ended on a really weird.
It
fucking
seemed
note,
like
too.
you were kind of stressed by.
A level of stress I've not had in a long
I
time.
sympathize with your job-related drama. My job of 8 years got weird in the last 2 months of 2018.
yeah.
But it's actually turning out better now because the guy above me in the totem pole of the company is retiring. So.
We're not talking about better. We're talking about bad.
Yeah.
So what is your 2018 bad?
So like
Aside from everything.
aside
Aside from 2018 in general,
I had a hard time narrowing this down to one thing. So like what I put.
read my Instagram feed.
He's got a flow chart. He's
What-
pulling up now.
I have
It's a Venn diagram.
It's a Google Doc. The thing that I wrote for
It's a wiki.
this interest was the general hideous pointlessness of life in the darkest timeline of 2018. That's just my general, but also to piggyback onto Sean, there was some weird job shit that happened in the last couple months of 2018 that threatened my ability to continue to make money and not leave my house in comfortable pants to do so. Like, I don't usually wear pants with belts and interact with society if I can help it. And it's better for both me and society if that status quo continues.
Yeah.
Really, like, you don't want me out there interacting with you, and I don't want to be out there interacting
No,
with
the
you.
last thing we need is Arian as like an influencer.
Like the whole fucking algorithm of like how influencing works would get upended and Instagram would break. Like you think
Break more.
you think like fucking Kardashian broke the internet with her ass? Wait till I fucking get out there and interact with society every day.
Wait till you
don't-
see Arian's ass.
You don't need that shit. So no, things are looking up in the past week or so, and knock on wood, it'll continue to be okay. So there you go.
Solid. I'm going to say, and it's interesting that the internet has come up already. My thing for 2018 is just how shitty people are.
Oh no, it's
How unbelievably fucking myopic and intolerant. And I'm not even talking about politically. I'm just talking about on social media and like one of the sites, because at work a lot of websites are blocked, so my options are very limited as far as pop culture stuff goes. And IO9 is one of the only sites I can get to that does pop culture stuff. And typically I'll go there, I'll read an article, and I'll read the comments until I get to the douchebag.
Never read the comments, ever. Never read the comments.
Well, never read the comments on your own stuff. But, like, as far as
I have a never read the comments.
Because I'll give the IO9 commenters some credit in that a lot of them do add to the conversation and have, like, information that's worth reading after the article.
Some of them.
But I stop as soon as I get to the person who is dealing in absolutes, who is like, Solo is fucking awful. And that's the end of their conversation, and they don't have any facts. And like, once I get to that person, I'm like, on to the next article. I can't deal with that.
They do have another sentence. You're an idiot if you think otherwise.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, this.
And if you respond, I will block you.
Yeah.
No, if you respond, I will flame your ass.
Don't at me. Like, what is that shit?
I say that ironically.
Sure.
As the Gen Xers would say, I'm like, don't you at me.
But just people's general, like, and one of the reasons I wanted to do this episode in person is because sitting down and having a conversation with actual people face to face is an entirely different experience from even a Facebook message with your closest friends.
And like,
is completely different than sitting down in person.
And like, not everyone here sees eye to eye on everything and agrees. No. But like, we're respectful and we're friendly, and at the end of the day, like, we value our friendships more than like our disagreements, and like, we can come to a place where we're comfortable with each other in life to the point where we don't need to like threaten to like murder each other.
Well, and we don't. It's not a requirement of our existence that everybody agree with us.
Yeah,
like, it's nice when somebody recognizes your point of view, but I don't need everybody to agree that this thing is great or this thing is bad. We can have different opinions on things, and that's the other aspect of this. Is I feel like in 2018...
And at the end of the day, we all agree that Zack Snyder's terrible, so it's okay.
Right. I don't even agree with that. Back into that. I don't even agree with that. But in 2018...
I'm trolling. It's okay.
In 2018, the idea that your opinion is a fact seemed more prevalent than ever before.
Oh, yeah.
No, and like...
That's just dumb.
Yeah, no, like, that's... The idea that I have to respect your opinion is kind of dumb. Like, if you're, like, I should be polite to your opinion.
Well, you don't have to fight my opinion.
Yeah, I should be polite to your opinion.
Here's my opinion. Here's your opinion. They don't meet up, but it's cool that we have differing opinions. But it's the people that are driven mad by the fact that people don't agree with their opinion.
The people stop being friends over stupid, like, movies and pop culture shit. And you're like, that's insane.
Like, the people who are like, it's like, the way that I put it is that if you're talking about, like, hey, where do we want to go for dinner? Like, I'm like, I could go for Italian or sushi or Mexican or like a boring fucking American restaurant, whatever. There are options. And then like someone strolls up and they're like, the only things I will eat are anthrax and tire rims. And if you do not agree with me and choose to eat anthrax and tire rims with me, you are dead to me. I'm just like, I don't even know where to go with you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
I don't know where to get anthrax and tire rims for dinner. So I don't know where to go either.
Do you get them together, or is it like a meal?
It's a combo.
It's tire rims are a side.
And I just, it's like that. Like, that's not even a meal. Like,
it's not even food.
Yeah, there's this weird extremism that we seem to be existing in now, that you either have to absolutely love something or absolutely fucking hate something, and you can't cross streams. Like, if you love something and I hate it, we just can't interact.
We can't talk anymore.
And there doesn't have to be any information to support the way you feel. You can just feel whatever the fuck you want.
Like perfect example, like, for the record, like for whatever reason, like, I have never been able to get into Aquaman as a character, or Namor the Submariner as a character. Like, anything involving people under the sea, even the Little Mermaid, I've always thought is kind of dumb. And, like, but at the same time, like, I am an adult enough to be like, you know what? This is not for me, and it's okay if other people enjoy this.
Right.
And I will not begrudge them their enjoyment. And, like, I'm not going to, like, wade into their comment sections on their posts on social media and shit on it on their time.
Right.
Like, maybe I will make an off-color joke on my feed.
And that's totally fine.
And
that's
like,
your
if you choose to interact with me on that turf, then that's your choice.
Yeah, they're not tearing you apart.
But like, I'm not gonna go. Like, it's not like I'm gonna walk into your living room and take a shit in the middle of the floor.
Yeah,
like, it's people are just fucking
that's what
weird.
people like to do.
People, like if you comment on something like, oh man, like Ghost is great, like people will show up, I hate Ghost.
Yeah.
It's just like,
God, those are the
Fuck you, fuck you, you're wrong.
And
that's like, why did you need to express that?
Like, I don't give a shit that you hate
Yeah,
this
right.
thing that I like.
I don't care.
Right?
Well,
and that's the
Doesn't make me
thing.
not like
and
it.
like,
Yeah.
if like we are having a conversation, and like we're having a conversation now face to face, and like Aquaman comes up, I will be like, you know what? I don't get Aquaman, but more power to you if that's a thing you enjoy. Good for you. I'm happy that you're able to get enjoyment.
you
out
don't
of it.
feel a need to stop people from liking Aquaman.
No, and that's weird because like I am an asshole.
But you were a reasonable asshole.
Yeah, no, like it's
almost
weird.
like it's this
I don't know.
weird need to be right. Like,
Yeah.
they feel like they are so driven by needing to be right about whatever the fuck it is that they're talking about. So, like, if they don't like Aquaman and you do, that, like, challenges the fact that they're right about the thing that they're saying.
Challenges their whole existence.
Yeah, and it's fucking ridiculous.
It's almost like there's something in their head that's saying, what's wrong with me that I don't like Aquaman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like,
It's
and like I had like, I'm not gonna call it an epiphany, but like I had a realization like whenever BioShock Infinite came out, like 2012 or 13, like I just realized that like not every big budget video game is something I enjoy anymore, and I no longer feel the urge to buy it just because it's a big budget AAA considered critical hit video game. And like I've been the same way with over every form of entertainment since then. Like there are things that I like, and I choose to focus on those things. Like I'm a big fucking dumb Marvel nerd movie, and I get into that. But like the DC stuff, like I only really kind of like Batman. So like that's the only thing I choose to focus my time on, other than weirdly like the first couple seasons of Arrow. But
That's weird.
Well, that's Batman-esque.
Yeah,
I think you would enjoy Legends of the not the first season, but the successive seasons of Legends of Tomorrow.
I hear
It's really fun.
it's a fun
It's
show.
a lot of fun.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it embraces the bad shit.
But like it, after like all the CW like DC stuff became like basically a soap opera. I was just like, I don't have time. Like I don't watch soap operas because like I don't like that shit. Like why am I gonna watch it just because it's superheroes?
Yeah.
It's silly. You can't kill people and bring them back like twice in a season.
Except on Gotham.
Except on Gotham.
Except on Gotham.
It's
All
fun.
right.
It makes
we gotta,
total sense on
We got to move on.
No, well, like Beth, what was your thing that you hated in 2018?
Yes,
Mine's
exactly.
gonna seem super shallow now after that.
We
I don't
need
know,
some
high
shallow.
five.
Okay.
I had Zach back.
Hey, Tom Petty over here. It's okay. Go ahead.
I really wanted Rampage to be good.
I hate it. That was on my list of
I
worst
wanted
things
it
of
to
the
be
year.
good.
Rampage?
I did not.
I
didn't hate
like,
it.
I hated it.
I
like-
thought it was
I
so
didn't
much
hate it.
fun.
Like we're talking.
I thought it was
And
kind of
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, like,
I-
is just like he. I
thought he was the worst part of the movie.
I did too.
Yeah, I thought
I got tired of him
terrible.
neganing all over the place. He was
Yeah.
neganing everywhere.
Oh well, now see, I don't watch Walking Dead because that's a fucking pile of shit.
Well,
so
yeah.
I didn't.
I
didn't
know
know-
that it was
See, look,
based,
kids, you can have
it's
different
based on a
opinions.
game with no story. I get that.
Yes.
But I love the Rock movies. Skyscraper, awesome. San Andreas.
I'm excited
San
about
Andreas
that.
is like the best.
Jumanji was
Jumanji was amazing.
I love
Jumanji was like actually
I
a good
don't
movie.
need
Yeah.
I
I
love
don't
it.
need
Like
a
without
shit ton of-
qualification.
I don't need a shit ton of story in my Rock movies. But how about, if you're going to call it Rampage, where's the fucking Rampage?
At the end of
At
the
the
movie,
very
did you
end.
watch the whole
the last 10 minutes.
No, I enjoyed it, and I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. But like I said, I have not even seen him as Negan because I hate that show. But to me, the contract that Jeffrey Dean Morgan signed to be in Rampage was, I would like to just be however I want with this character. And to me, that was a lot of fun. Seeing him just be this ridiculous, like, I dug it.
I get that they
really
had to
enjoyed
make
it.
up a story because the game has no story. But the story they made up was just
It was
fine.
nonsense.
It
You
was
haven't heard
so
about the 30-foot wolf?
stupid.
Yes, it was
I
stupid.
But not in a fun,
No,
the mad way.
I had a blast. Matter of fact, it was on cable the other day. And now, I will say this. We watched it in the theater, had a great time. I did not feel compelled to buy it when it came out, but it was on HBO the other day, and I sat down, it was in the first 10 or 15 minutes, I sat and watched the whole thing again. And I was like, you know what, this movie's fun as fuck. And I don't need to own it, but it was, I enjoyed it.
I thought it was
I wanted
mindless
to love
fun.
it.
Yes, yes.
I didn't
I
love
have
it.
not seen it because I saw the
hated it.
previews and I was just like,
It's not for
The
you.
CGI wasn't
and
good.
again, like I realized
I
it's
liked
not
it
for
more
me.
than I thought I was gonna like it.
I realized it's not for
The
me.
CGI was bad.
It was better than Black
The-
Panther.
The brother and
Hey,
sister,
hey
what
now.
was that?
It's
I
because
mean,
they were dealing with
You're
lots of dark
right.
elements.
I mean, you're absolutely right.
I love the brother and sister. The dude
I
from
hated them.
The dude from
They
The
were-
Office. I loved them. They were so just
I
dirty
hated
and
them.
scummy and
Yeah.
like elitist shitheads. Oh,
All right,
no,
well,
I thought,
we can't talk anymore
well,
because
I
you
think
don't
we
agree
just,
with me. So
I think we just came at it from different angles.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
I drug her to go see it, and I was like, this is going to be so much fun.
I thought it was
and
gonna be
I was
awful.
like, this wasn't a lot of fun.
yeah, I
Hey,
thought it was going to
maybe-
be super
yeah.
fun.
Maybe
The Rock
that's
makes
what it
super
was,
fun
like-
movies.
I don't know.
for
It
this
just
one.
like,
Maybe
it
you
didn't hit it
expected
for
it to
me.
be fun, and I expected it to be awful.
So
and so we like met in the middle
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah,
and you were
yeah.
disappointed, and I was like pleasantly
She's like, that was
surprised.
better than I thought.
I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was fun. I mean, it
All
was
right.
cool.
Well, having discussed our disappointments, it is time to move on to the future and talk about 2019.
3000.
The year 2019. The year we're in right now, and what we're looking forward to this year. And I'll go ahead and start. After San Diego Comic-Con, I signed up for the DC Universe streaming service because they did an offer where you got 16 months for the 12-month price or whatever the deal was. And I was like, you know what? I know I'm going to want to see it. I'm very curious about all the shows they're going to put on. I want to see what movies, what television, because DC has a pretty, Warner Brothers has a decent selection of DC programming.
Yeah, the Justice League cartoons, Batman.
Yeah, all that
It's all
stuff.
worth it.
So I signed up for it because it felt like a good deal. And Titans was one of my favorite new shows of 2018. It's awesome. But for 2019, having watched Titans and seen how they've interpreted those characters and the respect that they have for the history of the DC Universe, I am dying to see what they're going to do with Stargirl. Because the cast, it's basically a JSA show now. I don't know if you guys
really?
have seen the
Nice.
casting. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
It is. They've got Hourman, they've got Stripe, they've got Starman, they've got it's a JSA show now basically. And having seen not only Titans but the Doom Patrol episode, and how fucking weird Doom Patrol was, and knowing they're getting their own show. Alan Tudyk is Negative Man, Brendan Fraser's Robot Man. Like, the cast was great. They didn't shy away from like off-putting weirdness.
No, they're embracing it.
Yes.
Like fully, yeah.
I can't wait to see what they're doing with Swamp Thing, with Stargirl, with the future of Titans.
I want to see the animated Harley Quinn show.
The animated Harley Quinn
Yeah.
show, which is based on Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor's interpretation of Harley Quinn. We just watched the first 2 episodes of the new season of Young Justice today, and holy fuck.
Is it good?
Dude, it is as good as the older seasons of Young Justice, but it would never have flown on Saturday mornings.
Okay.
They have taken those characters, all the same voice actors. Once again, Alan Tudyk is Green Arrow.
Nice.
They have all the same voice actors from the original series are back, and they have taken everything to this whole other level of sophistication and character development. I'm so excited to see what going forward happens with that DC Universe streaming service, because it's blown me away as far as the quality of what they've done.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes.
It's really exciting, and I'm glad I signed up, and I can't because I've got 12 more months of it. I've got through the end of the year now.
Yeah,
to see everything that's going to happen.
Can you order those Justice League figures yet?
You can. I have not heard the best things about them, though, quality-wise.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, actually, the day the service went live, you could order those figures because they were in production to be part of that DC animated line, and they held off on them, and review-wise, I have not heard good things, so I haven't ordered any of them yet.
I might just get a couple of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a sale.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's I'm super stoked about the DC Universe app and what's going to go on that in the future. Arian, what's something you're looking? Is there anything you're excited about?
No, I couldn't narrow it down to one thing. There are several things because there are multiple closure things happening in 2019 for nerd properties that I'm excited about.
Yeah, it's a big year of endings.
Yeah, you've got the end of Wave 4 of the Marvel movies, Endgame.
Yeah, Endgame.
You've got Episode 9 happening at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. But I think the 2 things that
Game of Thrones?
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to.
I don't even want to think about that ending yet.
The 2 things that I'm most excited about are actually HBO series, which are Game of Thrones happening this summer, but happening, in fact, this fucking weekend, starting is Season 3 of True Detective.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. But that's not an ending, though, is it?
It's not an ending.
Unless it blows, in which case, I guess
then it will. For and again, all right. I don't want to be. I'm the asshole that reads everything about it, and they've released the first 4 or 5 episodes to reviewers, and I've read all their reviews.
I've read nothing, and I loved the first season. The second season, I got 2 episodes in, and it was just I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah.
I watched the entire second season. I feel like if it was its own thing that didn't have True Detective attached to it, it would have been. And if it didn't
have it to live up to.
Yeah, it would have been better received. Also, if Vince Vaughn wasn't cast in that part, because that is some of the worst casting.
He was the wrong person for that.
And
I like him.
No, I like him too.
Sheesh.
But in that role, that was bad. And I think the 3rd season will prove this one way or the other. But I think part of the magic of the first season is that there was one director for the entire thing.
Yeah.
So you had the writer and showrunner Nick Pizzolatto, and the director was a guy named Carijuji Fukunaga.
There was a very clear vision.
Right, and I think a lot of that was actually attributable to the director, who's gone on to do other notable things since then. And we'll find out in the 3rd season. But earlier, I don't want to spoil anything, but early reviews, I'll just say, tend to be positive, and I'm really looking forward to it. All the actors involved with it, the guy Mahershala Ali, Stephen Dorff. It seems really good, and it's spread out over 3 different time periods, and it looks super interesting. And anthology series where I get to invest just enough attention into 8 to 10 episodes, and it's a self-contained series, appeals to me.
I think that's the way of the future, because these 22, 24 episode seasons
I can't,
are not sustainable by modern storytelling standards.
I can't get into that.
Well, in the 80s, it was fine because each episode was its own story.
each episode was its own story, and even if you were telling like a longer arcing thing, like
it was like 3 episodes.
Even if it was a season long or like 10 episodes long, like there was so much less entertainment to compete with.
Yeah, that's true.
That like you could get away with it because people were like, "Oh, well, I'm going to invest into this thing because there's only like 3 other things that I really care about to this extent to like, you know, pay attention to." But like nowadays, like there's so much shit to like pay attention to.
There's shows that have been on 6 seasons that I'm like just now hearing about.
Yeah. Dude, I just said that earlier today. There was an ad for some show on like whatever used to be TV Land. On TV, Teachers on TV Land. There was an ad for Teachers on TV Land that said the final season, and I was like, I didn't even know this was a fucking show.
Right.
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah.
And you see that all the time, like season 5 of this thing starting in January.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
what watches these?
Yeah. And like people tell me all the time, "Oh, Mad Men's one of the greatest shows ever." I'm just like, dude, I can't get into it. Like, I just don't care. Like, like Don Draper's a misogynist. Okay, great, I get it. Whatever. It happened like in a simpler time, and like
I just want to see John Hamm be funny though.
Yeah, no,
I'm not interested in dramatic John Hamm.
He is like so fucking hilarious when they
Yeah,
let him
he
be
really is
hilarious.
funny.
Like every time he's been on SNL, like it's some of the best shit ever.
Yeah,
but like the Game of Thrones and True Detective season 3 are the things that I'm most looking forward to. Like I'm about to like sign up for HBO Go or HBO Now or whatever it is.
That makes sense to me because it's very like melancholy that those things are potentially ending. So you're, looking forward to heartbreak.
Well, and also like I've been reading the Song of Ice and Fire book since 2001, and because George R.R. Martin is a lazy motherfucker,
Winds of Winter will never come out.
Much less Dream of Summer. Like you're never going to get those last 2 books, so you should just be happy with this, like the fact that you're getting the show as closure, because like the books ain't like stop trying as what's her name and Mean Girls would say, stop trying to make the books happen. They're not going to happen. Just enjoy the show.
I just finished rereading the books again.
Yeah.
Because I'm so jonesing for my Game of Thrones picks, and it's startling to realize how much farther the show is advanced than the books.
Well, I quit watching the show because I was like, I'm going to wait until the books come out. I'm going to finish reading the books, and then I'll catch up on the show. I was wrong.
You should give up on that
I was
dream.
wrong. I need to just
not
watch
gonna
the
happen.
Also, and like, this is me being bitchy and me being snarky, but like, as someone who has written things and has tried to structure narratives, I can confidently say, after the 3rd book, George R.R. Martin became way more interested in world building than he did storytelling.
Yep.
And
4 was hard. 4
was hard, and 5 to me was just downright bad.
Fucking dorn.
All right, this is a whole other episode that we're going to have to get into.
Write that down.
Sorry.
Nicole, what is something that you were looking forward to?
Okay, so
Other than getting married?
that was kind of my thing. Thank you for ruining it, Arian.
Everything.
That's why
It's off. It's off. We're in the negative zone.
Yeah, honestly, like, there's some really interesting horror movies coming out. I am looking forward to Jordan Peele's Us.
So good.
Yeah, looking forward to Piercing, which is based on this Japanese book. Looks really cool. Oddly, even though I'm the I hate remakes girl, looking forward to at least checking out the Pet Sematary thing.
It looks good.
Let me ask you real quick. When is the last time you watched the old Pet Sematary?
Within the last few years.
Okay.
And I love it. I enjoy it.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
There are problems. The acting is not as strong as I remember, and there's a couple of weird things. I still like it, though. The imagery of it's great. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Imagery-wise, it's awesome. Nobody's ever going to be better than Gwen.
Gwen,
Yeah,
it's phenomenal.
But there is some bad acting.
Oh, I know, yeah.
I hate the wife. The wife, I hate.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Really everybody other than Fred Gwynn.
But,
It's terrible.
Terrible bad.
I'm really, really, really looking forward to the new and final season of Gotham.
Yeah.
But
It's already so fucking bonkers.
Like,
we haven't started it yet.
My number one thing for
We just got
2019
caught up
is
with the last
you know,
season.
I get to marry this guy who's pretty cool.
Yay. He's
Oh.
And it's gonna be awesome, and we're gonna have like a really cool wedding and do fun
Literally one of the best people I've ever met.
stuff. Me too.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So,
And we're
Alright.
so yeah, like power couple, and we're gonna have like really cool honeymoon. and
yeah,
shit,
it's
so,
gonna be neat.
Yeah,
Excited.
it's gonna be great. We're gonna go halfway around the world and do some weird shit.
So Ryan Cadaver, we can all assume that the thing you're looking forward to most
Yeah.
is that.
Yeah.
But taking that out of contention so we're not doubling up, what is your distant second?
Real quick, couple
Very
things
nice.
coming out at the end of this month that I'm really, really excited about. King Diamond's finally putting out his Blu-ray.
Yes.
And the Resident Evil 2 remake, which Resident Evil 2...
Yes.
Oh, fuck,
That's
that's
coming out January 25th.
I totally
Yes.
forgot about
And
that.
it looks,
Oh, shit.
it
Like,
looks incredible.
so good.
So fucking good.
Yeah, so I'm really hyped on that. Like
Like,
I never buy the stupid deluxe edition.
Yeah, no, I actually
Yeah,
bought
yeah,
the
yeah.
deluxe edition on Steam too. Because
Yeah.
like there's noir costumes
like, yes, I'm
that
in.
like puts everything in black
Yeah.
and white.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nice, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
It's
But,
like it's only with the deluxe edition. It's like $10 more, but it's worth it.
Oh, that's totally worth it. It's Resident
Especially
Evil 2.
if you
That's
just
my
spent
favorite one.
$2,000 building
I'll
a
tell you,
computer.
here's
which
the
I did.
thing that pissed me off in 2018 is all the video game like deluxe and collector's editions that
Don't come
are
with
pretty
video
much
things.
worth it. Like it fucking annoys me
Yeah.
that it's $30 more, and you're like, I don't want to fucking pay that. But then in the end, you're like, yeah, it's fine.
Like the cool thing is that like
I'm glad I did.
it's only $10 more for the Resident Evil 2 remake.
That's a much better deal.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
creates some guns and
It's
costumes.
you get like some weapons and you get like 5 costumes spread over the 2 characters.
See, I don't know.
Yeah.
Costumes don't really sell me on
I
additional
like-
costs.
I like
It
them.
depends.
It depends on how they
It-
work.
Like
in the
Spider-Man, I was obsessed with getting all the costumes.
Yes,
and,
yes. And they keep adding new ones.
Yeah, I know. They got
Holy
the Tobey
fuck.
Maguire one.
The Tobey Maguire one's awesome. all right.
But overall, my thing other than getting married is me and Kevin have been talking about doing a movie for years.
Wait,
and
this
years
is like
and years.
5 things now.
No, I said that's all about this year, so it didn't count. The thing I'm most excited about, because technically this still, well, yeah, no. The thing is, what I'm most excited about is I'm making a movie, Joe Striker. It's gonna be coming out. It's gonna be awesome.
Ow!
It'll be coming out this year
I'm
at
excited.
some point.
That's on my top 5.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited.
It's going to be very awesome.
We've been talking about it for a long time. Finally, we're like, fuck it, let's just do it. So we're trying.
It's going to be awesome.
We'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
there's meetings. It's going to be amazing.
Red Ranger 2019. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to possibly being shot in the dick in the Joe Stryker movie.
Oh yeah, I'm
'Cause
sure.
That's the thing that happens. The characters I play.
I mean, if there isn't a scene in that movie
Buck
where
Swiftly
you're
gonna make
doing
a
kung
cameo?
fu,
Right.
then that movie is a complete failure.
Or riding a BMX bike.
Riding
Maybe if I could
riding a
both.
BMX bike
Yes.
doing kung fu.
Yes.
Yes. But
Oh my
Bike
gosh!
food.
If you can ride a BMX bike, stop, put the bike on your back, and then do kung fu.
I'll work on it.
write that down. Someone write that
Write
down.
Somebody make a note. Somebody make a note.
I'm looking forward to the movie, but I'm actually kidding. I don't want to be shot in the dick. That's
Again.
You've already been shot.
I know I have. I got laser pistoled in the.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed that pretty much everyone I know is going to have to be in it, or
Yeah.
we won't be able to make it. Because
Yeah.
there's like 75 characters.
Yeah.
Legitimately, I'm looking for the movie. I don't want to make it sound like I'm not, but probably the biggest thing, and this was a toss-up between either my favorite thing from 2018 or the thing I'm most looking forward to 2019.
That's why I didn't pick it, because I knew you were gonna-
Yeah,
We
exactly.
talked about this.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, Ryan, Nicole, and Jen and I started a company called Theme Park Alchemy.
We're very busy.
We're fucking gluttons. And we make scented candles inspired by some of our favorite theme park rides. We launched with one, inspired by Jaws, in September. We now have 10, and it's middle of January. Not even the middle of January.
Yeah.
So
So
we've already hit our first year goal already, and we're not even a year.
I work with some Gryffindors and Ravenclaws that we were talking, and I showed them your website, so Maybe some extra business.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we just rolled out 4 new candles that are inspired by inspired by the Hogwarts houses, and they're all very different from each other, very unique, and
hashtag cunning.
Hashtag cunning, yes. As if you are a Slytherin, as we are, our Slytherin, all of our scents are very unique and totally like handcrafted, and you'll never ever smell anything like it anywhere else in the world. So buy our shit.
Yeah, so I'm
good.
Really, really excited for. Like I said, we set short-term goals, we set long-term goals, and we have managed to blow all of our short-term goals out of the water, and actually are ahead of the game for our long-term goal, which is more than we could have imagined. And it's funny to go back and look at the first things we made back in September in my kitchen, going, well, I guess we're going to figure out how to make candles now, to what we're producing now and what we're shipping. Nicole at this point has probably made 200 candles. We've shipped out 120, 130, somewhere in there, between review units and actual purchases. It's been crazy. And so in March we'll be at Spooky Empire, and that's our first big convention. It'll be in Orlando, so we're kind of hoping that like our style and aesthetic, which kind of leans towards the spooky and the dark and the macabre, will work well at a horror convention in Orlando, the home of theme parks on the East Coast.
I mean, if you've been to a horror convention, you know that it's kind of a wide net is cast over the genre.
So we're looking forward to that. We're going to line up some other ones throughout the year. We've had a lot of success at some live events, so that's the thing I'm the most looking forward to. We've got some big things on the horizon. There. Yeah. It's really exciting. I've run my own business as a freelancer for a while, and I've had ideas for getting into business, and this is the first actual company business. There are 4 of us. We have an actual bank account now, and an actual we're incorporated. And all of that.
This is the year of taking nothing and making shit happen with it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. So that's the biggest thing I'm excited about. It's been a fucking crazy ride in 3 months, and
it's been really awesome though. We like you said, we've come so far from literally hey, wouldn't it be weird if we made candles to this, and still growing. And
literally
really
Ryan
awesome.
going, I want the ET
I
show.
like the way ET smells, and I've posted about it, and Sean's like, we could do that, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I guess we can.
Okay.
Dave would say ET smells like
the fact
fear.
that the inception of this concept comes from ET sickens me. I will never buy one of your fucking products.
Smells good.
No, we already have a couple of your products, and they cover up dog diarrhea.
They do, and gas. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's Jen.
We just can't put that on the website.
Well, whatever market that way.
Well, then I need to buy.
That's not official marketing.
It's unofficial marketing.
Although I still am encouraging you to release an April Fool's Day candle.
Hey, give me a minute. I'll figure out that.
Yeah.
What's a theme park that has to do with poop, though?
Well,
Six Flags.
maybe that's
Whitewater.
Yeah.
Whitewater.
Haven't they had to shut down because of
Whitewater's candle would actually be like sunblock and urine.
Yeah.
Whatever that smell is.
We should also rebrand it as any park in New Jersey then.
These
All
are
right.
all true.
We got to wrap it up. Beth, you're our last gleaming hope for looking ahead at a bright and happy future.
No pressure.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
2019. What are you looking forward to?
So, of course, the last Avengers movie. Of course, Dragon Con, to hopefully do another panel on video games with you guys, because the last one last year was awesome.
That was so much fun.
The biggest thing I'm looking forward to, though, is actually coming very soon, because Good Omens is coming out.
Oh my god!
Yes.
And it's such a funny book.
I love that book.
It's such
I've never
a good
seen
book.
that reaction from Arian ever.
I haven't either.
It's one of my favorite
great.
books.
He
ever.
just turned into like a hairdresser.
It is one of my favorite books.
Are you
I
happy with your hair?
Love that book. If people haven't read it, it's by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett.
Yeah,
It's
girl.
hilarious.
But
Yes, queen.
Two of my favorite authors got together and made an amazing
And
book.
David
It's,
Tennant's going to be in it.
And I love David Tennant.
Yes.
I always will have a crush on David Tennant.
Who else is? Because I've not read the books.
It's just one book.
It's
just one book?
David Tennant, and all the pictures
Michael
I see are
Sheen.
him and
Yeah.
And they look
gonna be
perfect for the part.
Yeah, the casting in it is
the trailers make it
absolutely
look perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just looks
Incredibly
perfectly
cast.
adapted.
It's a fantastic story, and I think it's going to be an amazing movie.
Now,
I've
where's
actually
it?
got the Audible book of it.
It's going to be on.
the audio
it's going to
play,
be
which
on.
is good. I didn't think
Is
they
it?
could top
Is
that.
it Amazon or Hulu?
It's Amazon.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay,
It's going to be
yeah.
on
So
Amazon.
I'm actually
And it's a
gonna watch it.
mini-series.
Yeah.
If you have it on Prime, it's going to be like I think 8 episodes, which sounds just about right for
Yep.
the content.
Yeah, I
it's
just
like
finished
one.
re-listening to the audio.
It's like
Yeah, it's
one
fantastic,
300,
but I think this is gonna be even better.
350-ish page book.
Okay.
They can totally cover it in one 8 episode
Yeah, it's-
season.
So what
not
is
a daunting
what is
read.
the elevator pitch for Good Omens?
So here's the thing. The Antichrist is born in an orphanage, and there's a baby mix-up, and the couple that they think takes the Antichrist home actually takes home this random-ass baby, and the Antichrist goes to live in the countryside and is raised by a pleasant, if unsuspecting, couple. And there is a demon, played by David Tennant, and an angel, played by Michael Sheen, who their job on Earth is to observe, but what they really like is they just like Earth culture and environment and ambiance, and they're there to observe, but what they really want to do is preserve the balance and keep the apocalypse from happening. So they're like, we need to stop the Antichrist from causing the apocalypse.
Okay.
But
because if the apocalypse happens, then
They're out of a job.
They're
No,
their
they
lives
like,
are upset.
they like hanging out on Earth.
It's not that they're out of a job. They're out of like their favorite place to hang out and like have Mai Tais.
But
And,
it like has all these awesome little like details in it. Like every time Crowley plays a tape in his car, it turns into the Best of Queen.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe. There's like a super fine level of detail, and that's not even getting into like the nice and accurate prophecies of Agnes Nutter.
Well, I'm a big fan of satire involving the Antichrist. One of my favorite comics is Chronicles of Wormwood, and it's Antichrist and Jesus are best friends and basically hang out in a bar most of the time.
Like at this point,
really good.
You would like Good Omens.
You will enjoy Good Omens.
That's how this is. Is they're guys that just like hanging out. They don't really want to fuck anything out.
It focuses like the book. I don't know how the show's going to play out, but the book focuses a good part on the relationship between the angel and the demon.
Yeah.
But it also focuses, and I think where you'll appreciate it is like the kids, like the actual Antichrist.
Right.
Adam, his childhood and his childhood friends, and like there's a lot about that I think you would enjoy if they end up portraying it the same on the show as they do in the book. And after like the show's going to come out in a couple months, and you can watch it and then go back and read the book is what I would recommend.
And generally that's what I do now. I try to take in the media before, if I haven't already read the book.
Yeah,
I try and take in the media first because it rarely lives up to the book.
I feel like
the best adaptations.
Just from who's involved and like everything I've seen so far, I feel like this is going to be a worthy representation, if different. And like,
that's fine.
I'll be able to appreciate it for like what it is.
And that's
going to be fantastic.
I'm all for good adaptations of source material. Like Misery is by far the best adaptation of Stephen King's work, in my opinion. But the book is still way fucking better than the movie
of course.
Yeah.
And that's generally how I feel. Even the very best adaptations don't live up to the book.
I think it's a story that
other than
though.
Obviously the Gunslinger movie, which shames.
I don't know what you're talking about. Shut your mouth. There's no such thing. All right, so I think we have covered fairly well some of the highs of 2018 and what we're looking forward to in 2019. I want to thank everybody for coming out and showing up for this thing. Before we go, what are you up to? Where can we find you online, Arian?
I don't really do things. I'm lazy. In fact, if you want to see pictures of pets and food, shitty hipster food, on Instagram, you can follow me at Such a Lazy Man, but that's really all I have to offer you.
And you should really contact Mrs. Troublemaker for the recipe for those paleo nuggets or whatever.
I will.
They're really good.
I'll give her a shot.
Like they're like real food good. They're not just what we can eat good.
That's crazy.
It sounded like prehistoric bear poop.
Look, once you get old and your body starts to fail you, that's what you're resigned to. Are.
That's true.
How are you so healthy? Why don't you have high cholesterol and shit?
I don't go to the doctor, so I might.
Oh!
I might be a mess on the inside. I'm just ignorant.
Life hacks, don't go to the doctor.
If I don't know something is wrong, then nothing is wrong.
You're not sick if you don't know it.
I did that for 15 years, and then I just went to the doctor 2 years ago.
And he's like, guess what?
Yo, dude, I got bad news. All your shit's fucked up, and you're gonna die.
Yeah.
But before you die, your foot's gonna fall off, and it's gonna suck. Yeah. You're like, how do I avoid that? He's like, stop having fun.
Yeah. You don't get to eat things that taste good anymore.
I'm still kind of coasting on college athletics.
Oh my gosh. Beth, what are you up to? Where can we find you online? And do you have a best of 2018 post for tomorrow?
I have been sick for a month.
Or for yesterday, I guess.
For a month I have been sick. So I am getting back on writing, and you can find me at needlessthingspodcast.com next week.
Next week?
This is the first day I have felt well, and it is midnight now. You want me to go home and stay up all night writing
Does
now?
anybody else get anything I can post for tomorrow? Because apparently our head writer doesn't have anything. It's fine.
You know I've been sick.
I know you have. Rad Ranger.
I'll type up a rant about Puppet Master.
Yes. I'll put it up.
It'll just be pages of incoherent just screaming.
That's fine.
Fuck this and this.
I can write you 10,000 words on the Cremaster cycle.
Do it. I'll post it.
It's terrible.
Why not?
I give no fucks.
Literally, my only job right now is themeparkalchemy.com.
Nice.
You ain't got no job.
He's
you ain't got
rolling in sweet candle money.
Which mostly just looks like credit card debt.
I don't need to work on these computers anymore.
Fuck this.
I got candles and wax melts
covered in
blowing
wax,
out of my
bitches.
ass.
I smell amazing.
It's true.
So themeparkalchemy.com, the Rad Ranger on Instagram, but I literally post more on themeparkalchemy.com.
It's true. It's very true.
And I keep finding myself liking photos and going, oh shit, I'm logged into the company account. Whoops,
Yeah, I do that too.
Theme Park Alchemy loves this post. So, yes, that's where you can find me.
Ryan Cadaver.
Yeah,
You
same.
got shit starting to happen.
Shows.
Yeah, Theme Park Alchemy, lots of Cast Creature shows. We're playing Days of the Dead Atlanta.
Shots.
And then, Joe Striker, the movie, is coming out soon. There's a Facebook page. Go like that shit.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
So, I am Battle Cougar on Instagram and stuff. I am also a part of Theme Park Alchemy, and it's pretty awesome. And I have a really cool podcast called Caught Dead Watching about shitty movies. There will be...
What? Why did you say that?
We're going to pretend that
Because
didn't happen.
it's about bad stuff.
It's about bad.
And ICP
Nothing's,
is really bad.
nothing that I talk about
So you're
is
gonna
as
watch Big Money
bad as
Hustlers?
I have seen that movie, and
I have
wanna
too.
talk
I
about
own
it.
that movie.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
It's so good bad or bad
It's
good.
just bad.
I don't
Content
know.
watching
It's bad.
on Facebook and contentwatching.com. We're gonna record a live episode, but it's not gonna be played live.
Right,
Does that make
right.
sense?
Yeah.
We're gonna record it.
Yeah.
But it's gonna happen live, and then we'll get it out to you guys. That's gonna happen at Days of the Dead. So that's January 25th, I think.
Yep.
Is when the the live episode is going to happen, and then we're going to get back to doing a couple episodes a month when our lives calm down. Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. That'll be neat.
And I don't usually go into this area because I figure if you're listening to this, you know where to find me online. But I will say this: Troublemaker, filmed by Jason C. Wilson, which is a documentary about a year of my life, is coming out this year. It really should have been my pick for biggest thing I'm excited about this year, but I'm not excited about anything in my personal life this year, or my media life this year so far. It's really rough to look at your Facebook memories and look back at last year and be like, wow, last year I was planning a game show and going to Days of the Dead and doing a live 200th episode, and then this year I'm like, I'm going to Arian's house tonight.
Hey, we had chips and dip nobody ate.
But please go on Facebook and find Troublemaker the movie, like the page, share the page. If you've ever enjoyed or listened to or whatever, anything I've done, please do share this thing. It's very important. We need to get the word out because we're hoping to go to festivals and do all kinds of other cool stuff. So there you go. You guys, thanks for showing up in the negative zone to talk about what's going on. And thank you, listeners, for listening. And please share this episode. Share anything, needless things that you can. Get me excited again.
Make Phantom excited again.
Yes.
Hashtag get Phantom excited.
That's right.
That's what she said.
Hashtag Troublemaker
necessary.
Hashtag things a whore would say.
Well, that's really what more am I?
I don't know if you can hear this in the background or not, but Phantom Jr. is upstairs singing the Addams Family theme song because we discovered that it is on Amazon Prime, and it's what I was watching when he got home from school. And I gotta say, I don't know that I've actually watched the show itself in a few years now, and it's really, really good. Like, I'm laughing out loud at this show, and I don't want to... you can't help but compare the Addams Family and the Munsters. They're similar. They have to be compared, just like Dallas and Falcon Crest or something. But anyway, I tried watching the Munsters a couple of months ago, and it just didn't work for me. Whatever it was, it didn't click. But the Addams Family, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm 4 episodes in now, and I'm laughing. It's smart. It's funny. The performances are absolutely fantastic. I'm having a great time watching it. So, if you hear a weird sort of humming Addams Family theme somewhere in the background there, that's what that is. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, we had a blast getting together and talking about all of this stuff. I'm very excited. It recharged me to sit down with those guys and talk about that stuff, and I'm really excited about some of the podcasts we've got coming, and obviously I'm excited about Troublemaker the movie. So please do get on the social media, like it, share it, and we'll keep you as updated as we possibly can with what's going on with that project. In the meantime, check out needlessthingspodcast.com. We're posting a lot more than I have over the past year, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying writing. Getting ready to do another toy review now. I love you guys.
Thank you for listening to the Needless Things podcast. You're the best. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Downcast, or in the ears of a Trader Vic's employee. Love you. Mean it. Uh-huh.